What it do? What up, though? Oh man, you know what it is. You know what it is. I had to take a second to go ahead and get public and just holler at everybody, man. So the man Trump won. Your man Trump. Don't call it a comeback. I ain't even mad at you, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, congratulations, to MAGA, Trump, all the supporters, all the people who, this is what you want. This is what you want. And let me be the first to say, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. So what's going on, everybody? How's everybody feeling? I figured, I throw these smoke signals in the air, and see, who want to pull up and come holler at me and let me know what's really going on. Now that maybe you had a couple hours to process this. Here it is. It is 3:15 Eastern Standard Time. You know who this is. This is that guy, Eclipse, the multiversal ambassador and merchant, broadcasting live from the great state of Ohio. You already know. And I want to know. I just want to know, everybody out here in the sound of my voice, how do you feel? I got a few ideas, and I will share those ideas with you. But more importantly, I would like to make this a discussion and see what other people have to say as far as what's going on. I mean, these are interesting times we're in. I thank you for, giving me 2 seconds, few moments of your time, and I appreciate that. And so, at 3:16 Eastern Standard Time, we still haven't heard from Vice President Kamala Harris. Is she going? She's still crying in the car? Is she crying? Let me know, chat. Let me know. Somebody send me an email, passenger pigeon. Put up some smoke signals. Let me know. Buff salute out there. Yo, we about to get into it, man. But go on and get rolled up and get yourselves together and get your minds right. Mind you, I want to have a respectful conversation. I don't expect us to agree. In fact, I really don't want us to agree on everything. I just want us to agree that, we're all Americans. And we all got to see our way forward through this together, for better or worse. For better or worse, we definitely have got to, see our way through it together. Yeah, shout out to Memory. I see you. Yeah, thank you for pulling up. Thank you. Your guy did it. You won, my baby. How you feeling? Hey, if you want to, look, I ain't even playing with these people. I'll put the link up now. Anybody, you come take your victory lap. Come on, take your victory lap on your boy one time. It's all good. Yeah. MAGA in. Yeah, there you go. Red waving it. Go on and hit that link and come on up here and get your victory lap in. I'm not, hey, look, I was petty, but people got to understand. I'm different when it comes to politics. Because I'm a black man that's very conscious that I'm a black man in the United States of America. I'm very passionate. I'm very vested in so many different aspects of American politics. But never, ever, ever get it twisted. I know who I am and where I am and what's going on. So I'm gonna be all right. But hey, Memory, thank you for pulling up. Hey, Hey, I ain't ducking no smoke. You see that? Look, I ain't even going on. I'm gonna just go throw the smoke signals up. Link's right there. The link is right there. I'll throw the link in the chat. Anybody want to pull up, feel free to pull up and get your victory lap in. Get your victory lap in one time. There you go. You remember that scene in Baby Boy? You remember that scene in Baby Boy? You know what I'm saying? Like, Trump got all the little niggas lined up in the park right now. Like, hold your chin up, little nigga. Hold your chin up, little nigga. Take it like a G. It's all good. It's all good because hey, I was a gangster before and after all this, so it don't even matter. I'll be out. I guarantee you. What do you guys think? How do you guys feel about still not hearing nothing from VP Harris? Um, I mean, naturally she's hurt. Naturally, it's gonna take her some time to process. But do you think this silence sends a weird signal to her supporters and is allowing and is stalling the healing process? All right, because people out here hurt. Some people out here they hurt. They hurt. Oh Lord, memory they hurting. Oh, she's okay. Check you out. Check you out. She's ghost like she always been. She like, why you asking where she at now? Yeah, I can dig it. And you know what? That's a valid point. That's a valid point. That is definitely a valid point that, some would say it was very hard for Vice President Harris to show any separation between her and President Joe Biden. One, because he was still the sitting president, and two, possibly because she ain't did nothing. She didn't make herself visible. That's why, even though she was the sitting vice president, we had a huge swath of the American population who felt like they didn't know her. They don't trust her. Who they pick? I don't know they pick. I mean, hey, we could chop it up. Like I said, hit the link. We could chop it up and we can figure out what went wrong, what went right. But most importantly, what's next? What does this mean? Are y'all gonna hold MAGA accountable? Y'all got a man with a mandate. What do you want to see? Memory, if you still here, let me know. What do you want to see, Memory? That's your guy. That's what you wanted. Everything that's happening is what you wanted to happen, for the most part, politically. So now, what are your expectations? What do you expect? You know what I'm saying? That's the real question. That is definitely the real question. Me personally, no, I mean, there's no secret to it. I voted for Kamala. I don't like Donald Trump. I don't like him policy or person. That's okay. Like I said, I'm petty, but I'm not that petty. I can be. But when it comes to my country, I put all that aside. I'm saying that to say we got work to do. And I'm actually happy this happened. Never that I can think of in recent history have you had a president who not only had the Supreme Court, we have now a Republican Senate and they might get to Congress. He has a popular vote and the Electoral College vote, which by all intents and purposes, one would view as a political mandate. So he has the political mandate to use the bully pulpit as he sees fit, with all three branches of the American government 100% at the ready to do his bidding. So with that said, with all these things at his disposal, I'm very happy because for better or worse, we now see a situation where there's no excuses. And I want to thank my homegirl. Shout out to the good sister Memory Chronicles. You know what I'm saying? She is stopping in to give me her views. Trump supporter. You heard what I just said. You heard me in my little in my early little bloviations that yeah, he's got the mandate. You know what I'm saying? You got the ox cord, you got the steering wheel. This is your car to drive. Am I wrong in believing that?
Hey, I'm here for the same 4 years that everybody else is. So I'm excited.
Oh no, I hear you. I definitely hear you. Like I'm excited myself. Like I said, this isn't what I wanted to happen. Great. Okay. All right. I'm in my mid 40s. I don't know about you, Memo, but I'm used to a little disappointment in life. It's okay.
Right.
you know, and so I'm excited to see. Okay, now for better or worse. Now, do you follow what I'm saying though? And for
I
better
follow
or
what you're
worse,
saying. I
there's no
mean,
excuse.
right. And but that was my consensus all along. It's just it's one place I'll never understand why people act so emotional over things that are very illogical. Like like right now, no one has control over what happened, whether you like it or not. And it could have been vice versa. Even if Kamala got in, ain't nothing I could do about it. She's in. It's the same way when Joe Biden got in. We just looked around and
Right.
kept it pushing. So
Well,
it is what it
we,
is.
we've said it. I'm not to cut you off, but we've said this several times. As you know, this election cycle's ran its course, and anytime we get in this, outside of your vote, what are you really doing? I mean,
Right.
come on, people, relax.
Right. But I was just like, I'm curious to see the unfolding of it all. I mean, the media outlets, the TV outlets, are interesting. It's funny to see things being double-sided. I can't stand The View. I'd rather watch clips that YouTubers clip because I've never sat down to watch a full View episode because I refuse to.
You don't like the
Um,
view?
no propaganda. Like the
You know,
clip
I agree with you, but every now and then Whoopi reminds herself she's black. It's like every 2 years she'll have a moment where she'll remind herself she's black, and then she gets in trouble, and then she goes away for about 2 weeks, then she comes back, and she's wearing more robes and her eyebrows are shaved even more. That it's like they had to like take her back to a re-education camp. But
No,
I
it's
do
just
love.
it's double standard. Like the clip that I watched because I didn't because I was eager. They were the first people I wanted to see, but I would refuse to watch a full show. So somebody clipped, and the clips were
So you
good clips
basically
because
said you
that's
hate watching.
exactly.
So you basically say you hate watching. You can't stand these
I
bitches.
can't stand not a full episode. I cannot, because all they doing is gaslighting each other, and so it's just weird. And because what's funny is here's Joy Behar saying, "Ah, we got to do what we have to do if it means protesting." 4 years ago, they sat there, and all this time that Trump has been in office has run since 2016. It's always the MAGA movement was an issue. And it's like, I keep telling people that gaslighting is real. They sat there on a national platform because my thing to them is you could be inciting the same violence you say he incited, the insurrection. Because everybody's so bitter on that panel about you could be a sore loser, but they were doing too much. And I don't understand how they're allowed to do all of that. Because Sonny Hoyson is saying, well, yeah, now that my mom, I am disassociated by multimillionaire women. They don't know they don't know what the price of groceries are. I just came from the grocery store. I've never heard none of them women advocate anything or have a non charitable foundation, 501c3, something to help us within these last 4 or 5 years. Nobody has acknowledged that. But it's the bitterness that really is interesting to me because it's double standard. The things they set up there and said, Joy Behar saying, we got to fight and we got to do whatever we need to do. We have to protest. What if it's some psychos out there and they go do the unthinkable? Should we turn the finger to her and say you did the insurrection like everybody tried to blame Donald Trump for January 6th because adults went and did what adults wanted to do? It's weird energy. It's double standard. It's just giving bitterness on all accord because what's funny is I've been around a lot of MAGA people as a black woman. And I've never been called out of my name. I've never been told like the emotions are interesting
They didn't
because
say go back to your country.
They don't. The emotions come from the left, and they always did. I've been called slow, you don't think. I've been called everything by the left. I've never had a Republican, in which I don't identify with. I would rather say I'm a MAGA movement first. I've never had a Republican or a MAGA person call me out of my name, even when I have a lot of ideologies that tend to also lean left. So it's just weird because I saw a meltdown, which is not unfamiliar, on The View that's called to action, because it's like everything they said today on that clip is the same thing they accused Donald Trump and Donald Trump people for doing. Which is funny because Ana Navarro goes, "Yeah, I'm not like the Trump supporters, lady. We're chilling, we're basking in this. What are you talking about? The fence was not put up for us in Washington. We out here chilling. I'm at home. I'm chilling. I'm enjoying myself." So I don't know what Trump supporters they're talking about. Mind you, if we go back into video footage, when Trump got in the first time, that was all lefties that was saying Trump is, hey, ho, ho, Trump is not our president. They was the ones with Antifa. This is footage on YouTube that people could like literally pull up, because MAGA movement is not violent. That's how I'm like,
hold on, wait a minute, stop. I gotta give you a little pushback there. There are very, very violent aspects of MAGA movement as well as within the left. And to your point, I will say this: the gaslighting is real on both sides, and I will give Donald Trump this credit. I think it's much like in most sports, like football. I don't know if you can relate to this. American football, the old saying is like, say when you do like a dirty, unsportsmanlike thing, it's not always the guy who does the dirty thing, it's when you respond. And so Trump very ingeniously came down them golden escalators, started his political career just Yosemite Sam style. He kicked in the door, just letting the clip go. Boom, 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 boom. And he's shooting from the hip, rooting, tooting, shooting, this how I feel, whatever. And because when he comes off that way, so blunt and direct, being who he is, a lot of people will either get triggered or they'll just dismiss it. Well, that's Trump being Trump. But when the people who get triggered try to respond and get nasty too and do everything like that, well, then now, Trump and the MAGA movement have see, these people can't control themselves. And so now they've had this gaslight. And I noticed, now that it's all said and done, there was a couple things I didn't like about Kamala. And as a woman, I'm glad you're here. Thank you again for pulling up. I don't know if you're with me on this. There's at a certain point, if you've ever raised little girls or had sisters, you understand crocodile damn tears. And there were certain times when Kamala, even when she checked Joe Biden, and when you passed that law about the busing, I was one of them schoolgirls. And and it felt like every time I grew up a middle school kid with my mother and all. Am I wrong? Or is it just me just being a gruff pig of a man? That certain times when she would try to go into that little spiel, it just seemed disingenuous. It seemed like she's trying to pull on my emotions for this reaction, like she's fishing for we got to support her. And it didn't help that as October and everything started coming around, we started hearing a lot of people basically telling us, because she's black, because she's a woman, we better vote for her.
Mm-hmm. So this whole entire Kamala Harris campaign was based on this is the gaslighting I talk about, to my observation. And yes, I stand corrected. I'm not saying that all MAGA people are innocent. Like every movement, there's infiltration. But genuinely, the people that do MAGA and support Trump in records of video footage when he lost, when he won, what were the outcomes? But what I'm saying is with Kamala and the party that was really going for her, it's the race baiting and the sex baiting. They pushed her as this black woman, the first black woman, And my whole thing about it is what's so interesting about gaslighting is majority people that don't understand the MAGA movement say that Donald Trump is a racist. These are the same people on video footage, archive video footage, might I add. That when I say archive, I'm saying that people listening to this can literally YouTube research or Google it. These are the same people like Oprah Winfrey that praised him and pushed him to be a president in an interview. These are the same Whoopi Goldbergs that got opportunities from his white money. These are the same people that thought Donald Trump was cool at some point in time, but now that he becomes a runs for presidency, he's this racist, bigoted, misogynoir person. But it's the same. But it's the same people.
But I get that. I get that.
No. I want to bring this home full circle with the gaslighting. Okay, this is the same core group of people. I'm just going to repeat this: that call Donald Trump sexist, racist. These are the same core group of people that want to put a woman into presidency because she's black and it's a woman. That's the epitome of misogynoir. That's the epitome of sexism. That's the epitome of racism. Because she's black.
That's DII. That's DII thinking. Yeah, I get you.
So that's why I'm like, everybody could miss me with all that for both sides, racist and sexism.
Now, I was just going to say, he can be racist, and he can, and they can be overplaying it. Both can be true in that regard. And sometimes I feel like Donald Trump is racist, but he's the type of racist that, we've all, you and me have lived full lives. We've had to work and deal with people in professional or in just life circles where you knew who the person was. That person knew how to play with you. You knew how to play with them. And as long as y'all color within the lines, y'all could be fine in the same room. And that's no problem. It's only when now this person got the promotion and they're foreman that you might bring up, this dude is, or she's a little racist because, now she can make some decisions and you already know that, you know what I'm saying? Like, she don't really mess with, like she talks to black people, but there's a different tone and there's a different energy. And now she talks to the black people at work as opposed to the non-blacks, to where you could put up with her as a coworker. But now she's about to be foreman. I don't know about Cheryl. So that's what I mean about they both could be true. And then at the same time, I could see a lot of black and non-white MAGA supporters going for the devil that they know. At least he's showing me who he is instead of this disingenuous Democratic brand that smiles in your face, but then calls you the N-word. But the door hasn't even closed. Like you just turned the corner. You haven't even shut the door, and you already hear them laughing with their friends about you. And that's how I know me personally, and a lot of people my age and my age, slightly older, and all the way down to the most of the younger people. That's kind of how they feel about the Democratic Party. So you feel what I'm saying, Memory? How like they both can be true. What you're saying can be true, but there's a context.
And I respect your perspective on that. I do. I disagree. I don't think that Donald Trump is a racist because no one in history has released any factual anything on his racism. Matter of fact, and it's not because I'm MAGA. Because before I was MAGA, I fell into the fear mongering in 2016 of mainstream media. People are going to get deported. The same fear tactics they used was the same fear tactics that got me initially. I cried when he was president the first time around because I felt default to CNN until I started. COVID gave me a lot of time to do my own due diligence and research and realize, okay, I'm being bamboozled. But once again, I respect your perspective. I don't necessarily subscribe to him being racist until somebody gives me something bona fide, because racism can be a feeling and it's a way a person can make you feel, so you can respect that. Because when I find out that a white man flew Nelson Mandela and his posse to America, nobody ever knew about that. He's not boastful. Why would you do that? What's your gain in that? This is the same person in his old executive orders that could be searched, that did so much. Instead of giving black colleges their allowance whenever they're supposed to. He's like, why aren't y'all just getting a surplus? Why isn't this stream just flowing? So I could pull up more stuff on that, but what I'm saying is I haven't had anybody give me something core and tangible other than mainstream media talking points. Matter of fact, if anything, I fear most is the liberals because of that. They thrive off of racism, sexism.
Well, yeah, I mean, Malcolm X always said the biggest threat to black advancement in the Western Hemisphere is the white liberal. He always said that because the white liberal will try to lull you to sleep, and you know, if the black community is doing their due diligence and on the ground, at least with a conservative, you know how to deal with it.
Yeah, and I just find it highly offensive, like I've always done, because I know the core group of black people in America are smart. And I've always found it utterly offensive that the only thing that the Democratic Party loves to give out, all that shucking and jiving from Beyonce, Kelly, J-Lo, every time it happened, J-Lo, it was Jay-Z and Beyonce with Hillary. We're not, are black people pacified by shucking and jiving?
And that's another great point you're bringing up. You're cooking right now. Oh my God, you're on fire, because it's like I said, I disagree with you on certain things, but as it played out, I can see how it was playing out. I had my conversations, you know what I'm saying, with people like, hey, it's a wrap, you know. But like I always tell people, hey, I voted the way I felt, and that's the most I could do. And now I can just
as you should.
But back to your point, when are the Democrats going to learn to stop parading damn celebrities at us? Listen, okay, I don't give a goddamn if you got 18 consecutive triple doubles. Right now, we're trying to figure out tariffs. I don't care how many Grammys you won, and if you just were in that new summer blockbuster, and that's cool. You got influence. You want to use your platform, but I feel like you're right. The last few years, the Democrats, what they've really tried to do, in my opinion, is they tried to recreate the feeling of Obama. And they tried to use star power in Hollywood to just kind of capture that lightning in a bottle with every election cycle. Am I wrong? Am I wrong in that feeling?
It's making sense. And I feel like I've always felt they thought they were recreating an Obama era by having like Kamala come into that back end part when Joe Biden's numbers were dipping low. So instead of electing another person or holding a fair voting session to see who should, they thought maybe if we put Kamala out here, we will recreate the ultimate, I don't know, Obama lightning or something. I don't know. I'm still confused. Let me tell you where I'm confused. With respect to everybody and what everybody believes in and whoever the people voted for. I'm just utterly, like, I'm at a zone where I'm perplexed. Kamala never earned her seat at this table. She was the least liked. Research that. That's the reason why she fell off her primaries. She didn't make it. And then she got a hand up, hey, be a VP, and she got in. So why would you think that the least liked candidate that dropped out in the primary would be the best candidate in the back end? That's where Governor Newsom could have been a candidate. I was confused about. I was like, man, if they had Governor Newsom, it would have been something.
I really think Gav actually should have ran. I thought Hillary should have grabbed a Gav, and she could have definitely done something. Like Gav's now to the point where he's almost got too much tread on the tire as far as political baggage. You know, he's been an effective governor long enough to where there's certain policies and there's demographics in California who no longer are enamored with him. And yeah, I do think that Gavin Newsom had wasted some of that political capital by not by not pushing to the further on in the ticket. I agree with you there. And yeah, I know that is something I keep hearing. That is a consistent theme that I hear from both MAGA and from Democrats. The fact that she was not a true elected nominee, she wasn't primaried, she wasn't, this is, on some mafia stuff. Okay, the boss got knocked off and all of a sudden, his lieutenant and his capo just is like, yo, I'm the boss, but nobody in the family, like you work, like you didn't, back to what I was saying earlier about how she stayed, when you was make that joke about she been a ghost, you know what I'm saying? Like, had she would have been, like, think about it, had she would have been a Dick Cheney style vice president, this would have worked. This would have worked.
Her name needed to ring bells out of here.
Man, I ain't never seen a vice president goddamn come in the room swinging paws like Dick Cheney did. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like Dick Cheney said, hold on, vice president got power too, and plus the president's scared of me. You know what I'm saying? George would say something, shut up, little nigga. George would be like,
we're going to war, and my construction company is going to repair Iraq, and I'm finna become filthy rich. So, yeah.
Hey, Memo, GW would get on the phone and call his daddy about Dick. Like, hey, Poppy, what should I do about Dick? Vice is getting real aggressive. He's like, hey, man, don't provoke him. Do not provoke him. He is not human. Georgie, do you want to live? Do you want to live, Georgie? Don't look him in the eyes, Georgie.
Larry Georgie.
Like, no, but I'm with you. I'm not being funny. I'm being funny. But for real, that sort of vice president could have done something that she attempted. And I also think that we've talked about this. I'm going to get mad because I know a lot of black women mad and a lot of black men now. But hey, I'm a black man who voted for her. Okay.
Hey, they can't be mad at y'all because statistics show that like it was a whole bunch of white women. And this is what Malcolm X said. That they've been saying, them liberal white women went behind that booth and voted Trump in. Because if you look at the statistics on the white women that did not vote for Kamala, and then if you want to say uneducated, it doesn't matter uneducated or not. They raised them numbers, and some of them is them liberals.
I know you're right. Yeah, exactly. Whether she was uneducated or not, she called off work. She got a babysitter, and she made sure she brought her butt down there. She brought them flat cakes down there. And she got in that bowl.
I'm trying to tell you, and that's what. And I never, exactly. And I didn't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I was just like on some. Listen, even if Kamala was Michelle Obama, my confusion from the part that she wasn't elected to begin with was also the same. And I'm gonna say this lightly, because I feel like we should never always focus. They focused on race and gender, but that should have never been the running.
I get you. Yeah, they did it way too much, but no. So let's try to. That's why I want to have this. That's why I even thank you. That's why I want to thank you again for pulling up and thank you for even saying that. This was something that was moving my spirit. Like, you know what? Let me just go live and somebody need. Let's talk all this race stuff. Let's talk all the little talk. Let's get it out the way, because like I said, we got 4 years now with no excuses. So that's actually a good thing. I don't care if it was Democrat or Republican.
Right, and I say the liberals ran on the sex and race thing, right? But now I'm going to say that to say this. I'm still confused on why us Negroes in America actually thought that they would let a black woman become president before a white woman. I knew white women was going to vote Trump. This is a corporate setup. This is just working among such types. Like, no, respectfully, I'm just saying, I was sitting up here rolling my eyes like, yeah, okay. Y'all thought that a white woman was going to take a white old man's job, and then that she was going to be the first black female. Now, what's his name? Dr. King's granddaughter, maybe when she get of age, because at that time, it'd probably just be all one race or something. But my point being is...
King's daughter, the one that's LGBTQ? Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if she's LGBTQ. I just remember her as being a little girl. I don't even know if she's grown yet.
Yeah, she grown. The one grown, and yeah, she definitely she's a real firebrand for the West, and I ain't even saying that to disparage her, but and then honestly, I think that's I know last night in the neighborhood we had a married couple. You know, the Donaires, they had mentioned things that they was as a married couple, and I think that has a big deal to do with it. Nobody has problem with LGBTQ plus rights. We just have a problem. I know me, myself, who have very liberal leanings. I consider myself an ally as close as you can, being heterosexual, but don't mess with these kids. Let these kids be kids.
That's what J.D. Vance and Trump are saying. That's why I always laugh. People say the same thing, but and people... People have so much disdain for Trump and Vance, but it's literally what they're saying. Vance literally said, we know there's normal gay guys. We all knew what they were saying, but mainstream media had to blow it out of proportion. Like they were slow. They're the number one problem.
Well, Memo, you see how I was taking my breath saying that because the everything is so inflammatory nowadays to where if I just say hey and just say it like that, it's going to come off gruff.
Mainstream media
victim. Somebody's going to get offended.
Let's be fair. Mainstream media have always hated Trump, and they hated Trump and Vance, and that's why I loved Vance because he checked the crap out of them news ain't. Because how dare they? And I loved it.
But did they hate Trump though?
They did. They did. It was. I feared.
Get Apprentice. Was he a successful businessman like that to really be?
The Apprentice show was successful.
Okay,
people loved Trump before he
because he's a showman.
But because he's a showman, but people loved Trump before that, before The Apprentice. Let's speak facts.
Trump
people love this guy.
Some people have. Some people.
No, they not some. All them celebrities, Oprah included. Whoopi had 3 shows he did for him. So all these people loved
when Trump was the real estate tycoon.
He could be, but they still.
The seaboard. Okay, if you throw any event, it would be like, especially a big.
He rubbed elbows with these people.
Right, exactly. Because you're going to.
There's interviews out here.
When the owner of the hotel's comping you a room and says, "Hey, you want to hang out and take a couple pictures?" Yeah, you're going to accommodate him.
He was literally on The View a couple of times talking to listen, this is footage. This is people embracing him. If they didn't like him then, they would have never given him the opportunity. Oprah is interviewing him. Whoopi Goldberg, all these people are fawning over him. Rappers are fawning over him. Until he ran.
It goes back to Cheryl at work. I could put up with her when I just got to work with her. Okay, yeah.
You don't deal with people you don't want to deal with. It's the same thing as who else? Let's say Oprah Winfrey. You don't hear her talk about Jeff Bezos. She ain't never interviewed him. So you don't deal with people you don't want to deal with. So no, he was the public's rappers people talked about that man until he became president. It became a problem, and then mainstream media went on a disinformation campaign. It's now coming out with Zuckerberg, and all them people are now revealing this information. It's really searchable. What they try to do, they try to destroy this man. They try to arrest him on some bogus felonious stuff. I said, if I was DJ Trump, I would the first thing I would do is pardon myself and be petty. I'll get in there and say, I pardon myself, but boom, signature. Because that's all it's going to lead to now. I know he's going to have to do that.
Oh, yeah, that's a given. Now with that said,
hold him back.
No, remember, keep all that energy, but let's take a stop right there because one, like you said, ain't nothing gonna stop him. He can do whatever. So, are you saying that many of the people who didn't support him, we don't have a valid concern that this is not the closest we've ever seen to an American dictator? Because right now, the only thing that's gonna stop Donnie is Donnie. Because if Donnie wants to push the line, not only can he push it, but he got everything that was designed to stop him, pushing behind him.
Bro,
it's not a real thing. You acting like it's not a real thing,
bro. The best survey, y'all search this up. The best survey pulled among all nationwide voters. Why the top reason they voted for Trump was concern. Check this out. Concern for democracy. Now, who was sitting up here saying, "Oh, he's a threat to democracy"? Imagine that. The people that voted this man in were concerned about democracy. The same pundit spilling points that MSM was trying to say that Donald Trump is going to be a threat to democracy, but people voted him in because they felt like Kamala was the ultimate threat to democracy. It was a concern for democracy.
Well,
it was a concern for democracy.
But see that the little conclusion you're trying to draw, in my opinion, respectfully, just a little disingenuous in the sense that their concerns for the Biden administration and a potential Harris administration was that the Democrats are weak and that the global stage is starting to become a little more incendiary, and they would rather a strong man who's either going to go in there and make a deal or do something. But people go back to his first 4 years. Well, he did try to go in there and de-escalate. No wars happened. All the little talking points about Trump. And so, yes, I'm afraid of democracy where our economy's failing and as the global stage
And
is
that's why they
changing.
voted him in. But that's your consensus. Democracy concerns are vague, but it means that there's a problem with the democracy.
But
Is
there's
what I'm
always a
trying to say.
problem.
Well, what
You
no, because if they didn't believe
problem
that,
in democracy
if they didn't
because
believe that, they would. Right, but if they didn't believe there was concerns with democracy, they would have put Kamala in. And my point is to this: the reason why
I don't think so. I really don't. Honestly, the
I
more
believe so. That's the reason. That's the number one reason. Search it. That's the number one reason everybody that voted for Trump voted for him.
I'm not disputing your research, my queen. I am telling you, I have mulled this over even before it happened.
I'm just saying the laughable moment is people thinking he is a threat to democracy, but yet the highest polled question on why people voted him in was the concerns for democracy. That's the pun. That's where I was just going with it. That's the pun.
Oh yeah, that right there is ironic as heck, and I think that also speaks to not just a political divide, but a cognitive dissidence between Americans. How I've said for years that I live in a world.
Cognitive dissonance. How so?
I live in a land of two worlds, but it's still one country. How we could literally be on the same street, and just depending on where we're at and where we want to be, we could look at the same situation entirely different. And now we have this cognitive dissonance where we don't say, well, that's Memory's perspective, that's Eclipse's perspective. It's like, oh, that nigga tripping. Oh man, she crazy. You know, that's the enemy. And you know, these are things that it happens in America every 100 years or so, you know, as we grow as a nation. I'm not surprised by it, but I am surprised at how in this information age, it's so easily weaponized. Does that make sense?
What's easily weaponized?
The cognitive dissonance, the fact that a lot of people just don't realize, hey, well, that's how they view things or whatever. It's harder to bring people back to the table as Americans because now we say sort of things like, what kind of American? You know what I'm saying? Hold on now. Wait a minute.
I mean, that was my concern too. Like you're saying, we have so many tools that are researchable. Chat GPT, AI, heck, you get your Google settings can turn into AI now, so quicker, faster. And I was confused too in that same cognitive dissonance in respect to everybody's views, why people really gravitate to what people tell them on mainstream media. And Joy Reid keeps talking about Project 2020, 425, whatever the disinformation is. But with this type of information that we have, people can pull.
Disinformation is something that his staffers put out, and whether he was
the heritage. Let's be fair. It was the heritage. No, it was the heritage. Let's be fair. Everybody Google who wrote and published Project 2025. Kamala's staffer is on. Kamala's former staffer is on there. Somebody that's endorsing her. They write these articles. Heritage Foundation. Google it. It all. That's why I'm like, in a society where you can literally pull your own facts, people are on the news, and that's the problem with mainstream media. And it's propaganda ways. It's no, because nobody fact checks them. Nobody fact checks them. It's
exactly. No, I'm with you on that. I'm agreeing with you, but I'm also pointing out what I see as the problem is that, you know what I'm saying, it's already in the stew. It's already in the water. We've all drinking the poison. We've been microdosing.
It's in the water, but I hope they do something about that, because I promise you 4 years from now, mainstream media will not be operating like this. Here's
the beautiful thing. Here's the beautiful thing. What did I say? What is the whole point of this right here? Hey, he's got 4 years, no excuses. We're either going to see a utopian or dystopian dictatorship, or we're going to have a functioning democracy.
I don't believe it's a dictatorship because
no, I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I'm saying, listen, whatever. Right now, this is 100% his creation.
It would be, but I'm not even concerned about it because he gave us his first 4 years, and that's why I was confused if people lived in America the first 4 years he was here. He kept his promise. We didn't go to war. The minute he steps out, we're laundering money to Ukraine and Israel. The minute he steps out, I don't want to see my tax-paying dollars doing all of that. That's not what I signed up for. So I'm respectfully, I'm looking for a peaceful 4 years in which I believe no
I mean,
wars.
hey,
No, as long as there's no wars, we're in an inflation. They need to get these grocery prices and utility bills.
yeah, right,
Yeah,
right. No, like I said. So here's the thing. That's what I keep saying. If there has ever been an opportunity for a president of any party, regardless of party and political affiliation, philosophical views, whatever, in modern times, here we have an American president who can truly make America great again. Wow, see what I did there? You know what
I
I'm
hear
saying?
what
Like,
you did there.
you
It's hard
really,
because nobody will ever recognize it until like maybe 10, 20 years
right,
from
right.
now
To where
when he goes
hey,
down in history books.
look. Let's pretend that these next 4 years are going to be a better version of his first 4 years. We're going to get more catty Twitter shit and stupid Donald Trump moments, but for the most part, the jobs are paying more. Blah blah blah. We stay out of wars. All like this, and then we look back, like you said, 10 years from now, and say, you know what, that shit wasn't that bad. I was making me some money, and hell, shit, I wasn't worried about this, that, or that. I'm going to be the first to say, you know what, that damn Donald Trump actually wasn't that bad. But here's the thing, he's got to do that. And now he has the opportunity to do that. And
Yeah.
so I'm not going to put any pressure on myself or him or even the MAGA crowd. That's why I just want to talk. You know what I'm saying? Thank you being a MAGA supporter, you know what I'm saying, and a woman who wanted to pull up and actually just talk.
I'm a
Yeah,
MAGA movement, not MAGA supporter, not a Trump supporter. I'm just with the MAGA movement. There's no words to, for me, my interpretation of that, because everyone's different. Because I don't believe 100% in Democratic points. I don't believe 100% in Republican points. Matter of fact, I'm probably libertarian, but I fall within the MAGA movement.
yeah. You know, they got you. They at least got your support on this one. They got,
I already got my MAGA merch coming.
oh man,
We gonna
man.
be, and you know I'm in a Republican state, honey. So
Oh,
we gonna
God,
be wearing that MAGA movement shirts. The merch is
oh,
gonna
man.
be worn.
God damn it, Memo! You better buy you some Smoke Signals booty shorts. And you go to the website, get some booty shorts. I'll
They say
give you the
MAGA.
No. Go on and get some. You can get the red and white ones. It'll go with
Red
your
and
little
white
mug.
ones and call it. Okay. I see what we're
You know what
doing.
I'm saying? I got the
Okay.
red and white ones. I'll tell you what. I see the order get in. I'll shoot you back. I'll shoot you back. I'll shoot you back there. We just gonna do that because I just don't want to see you out there that far. Like you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be on the 6 o'clock news, 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
News.
Don't.
CNN gonna be talking about me.
I'm just saying the storm is eventually coming, my sister. So don't swim too far from shore. Just don't let them get you gassed up like that. Say what we can see, baby. Say what we can see. That way we can call you in the shore because we need you. We need you.
Right. That was good.
But hey, I'm with it though. Hey, I support it. Like, hey, if that's what it is, and that actually will work out best for the country, then I'll support it. Now, and here's the thing, and even if they decide to make this one of those things where they just try to push their agenda and they go, I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer because I'm trying to be positive. But I'm gonna keep it real. It's just us talking. Ain't nobody really got one person watching. Look, I mean for real. Like, look, I personally think y'all gonna overreach.
Overreach.
I think MAGA is gonna feel themselves. I think MAGA's gonna feel themselves. I hope I'm wrong. Mark my words. I'm saying it right now. I pray I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a strong feeling that the MAGA movement is gonna take this mandate and overreach. And they're going to pick a policy, they're going to pick a law, there's going to be something that universally is going to make a lot of their, like you said, supporters like you, a lot of common ground pragmatic Americans say, wait a minute, too much. Because if you haven't noticed, that's what's been going on. America's not happy with the state of America itself. So America is basically giving anybody, whether Democrat or Republican, all right, you got 4 years, what you got? And even if we re-elect you, you notice how they'll do. They'll re-elect him, but they'll swap out everybody in Congress. So now you got to check and balance because they're telling people you got to play to the middle now. You see, I mean, we're tired of looking at these electoral maps and seeing that wave of red in the South in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And all this blue in urban centers and in coastal areas where we're seeing, like I keep saying, I live in a land of two worlds, but it's just one country, where we know these are very stark and distinct, disparaging differences between our aspirations and our day-to-day realities, needs, and wants. I think down all are sick of it. I think even the rich are sick of it. I think I know the poor are sick of it. I think deep down we are. That's why we're just swapping them out. And I think if MAGA thinks that this mandate buys them a decade, in 4 years they're going to be swept out and come and go just like the Tea Party did.
Yeah, I think the Republicans are going to have Congress and
Thank you. They're going to have that's why I keep saying it. No excuses. You got a Supreme Court.
Right.
You've got Congress, and you might have Congress, so that's not been confirmed yet. It's like 50 or so seats last I checked that are still up for grabs, but it's leaning heavy red. And I'm saying you got the Senate, you've got the presidency, and you got the president that's going in with a popular vote and an electoral college overwhelming victory.
No, I believe it's going to work itself out. Is he going to do all his policies in 4 years? I don't know. But no matter what he does, it's going to be for me. That's what I could say for a fact. It's going to be for me. It's going to be for this American person, because it's not going to be for Israel. It's not going to be for Ukraine. It's going to be for the United States citizens. If you go back to his work 4 years while he sat as a president, all of his executive orders, everything he did was for America. There's not one dime he shipped off to Israel, Pakistan, Palestine, Ukraine. Not everything was domestic. And that's what really, when I started doing the work, because I was one of those people that was bought into CNN, and that's the moment I stopped watching TV, news, to be precise. So, because I realized they had fear-mongered me to a point where I had to, when I started doing my research, why Donald Trump hated the most. And I get it. People are so sick and tired, just put somebody in. But truth be told, if they did want to put just somebody in, and that's how some people voted, Kamala will be president. She's somebody. But it's because I think people have experienced a Donald Trump presidency where he did put Americans first. I'm impressed with most of the resources we got while he was president. People want to say, oh, Nancy Pelosi. Please. George Bush gave us $500 for taking us to war. These people can determine the types of monies where they're allocated.
I think the most we got, and I think the biggest stimmy check we got from GW was $600.
I got $5. I remember seeing $500 and looking at it, and stuff was high then because we were in war.
I remember when I got that. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I remember when I got that $600.
I got $500. I remember looking at a check like, what's this gonna do? Because we were at war. And stuff was expensive.
To keep it all the way real with the stimulus checks, I remember my first two. I said, "What the hell?" And I kept saying that, and I agreed with Donald Trump when he said that people should have got more money. I thought instead of just $1,200, they should have did anything from $6,000 to $8,000 for single people. And if you're married, you know what I'm saying, then you just double that money. But you just give the households basically you basically give the household something comparable with the rent and different bills and utilities frozen for a minute, and told everybody, and had they would have done that and told everybody you're good, told these jobs they're good, and told everyone sit their ass down, not even for 6 months, for 3 months. We could have had that nationwide shutdown, saved a lot of lives without people getting mad. There were some people who, you know what, that $1,200, if you look at the cost of living, I know the state that you're in, you know what I'm saying, if you look at the cost of living where you're at, or even where I'm at, these Midwestern big cities, if you're in a big city, well, I'm in a smaller city. In a smaller city, that $1,200 didn't do nothing. That maybe bought you maybe a week. That bought you a week or two where you didn't have to worry. And depending on your situation, if you were really hand to mouth, you know what I'm saying, all that did was, You got to take a nice bite out the apple. You feel what I'm saying, Memo? It wasn't like you were full. You know, it wasn't like you could say, "Oh, I can afford to just sit here and not work because my president said so." You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever Edison, they want their money for that electric. You know what I'm saying? And now the kids ain't going to school, and the kids going straight to the refrigerator every time they walk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't get it, and so I do feel that there's just a disingenuous nature to how a lot of people, they get bought. And that's kind of what bothers me with certain supporters of Donald Trump.
I didn't take it as being bought. And the reason...
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying the people who, they looked at that stimulus check as, oh, well, he did something for me. And it's like, they got to.
Not really, because they could lowball or place... If they got to, how come Kamala and Biden didn't give us our major post-pandemic COVID relief? I'm pissed off at them personally, because this is billions of our money, and I'm sick of it. Americans work hard. We barely can afford groceries. Gas is high. House interests are high. Millennials and Zers will never probably own houses if these interest rates keep going up. And you take billions of our money to give to launder into Ukraine and to launder into Israel? Be for real. Now, with Donald Trump, he did the max he could. He wasn't allowed to give more, but he believed if he was in his second term, he wanted to continue to give relief. And I want people to understand that when I say these things, I'm not saying the stimulus was the epitome of Donald Trump's presidency. I've always said the stimulus was a symbolic significance to a leader who was concerned for his people. Because he could have done the same, ignored us, sent money all everywhere but in the United States of America. It's always been a symbolic gesture. And I'm a person who also faced things during that time where I saw that his rescue and relief packages actually helped. And I'm still the same person who experienced it under Obama when he was going through SARS and he bailed out corporations. Donald Trump could have bailed out corporations and screwed all of us over, but Obama bailed out corporations and my mortgage companies screwed people over. So my thing in life is I'm looking at the person that looked out for Americans first, and the only person I've ever seen do that was the packages that came, which was symbolic. Plus there was so many incentives. People have to understand it's not stimulus. Also the PPPs, I had people that had PPPs that had really small businesses, like a business of one employee, that qualified for that. The government would have never did that. No, we were businesses. There's a person that believes in small businesses to that extent. Had it been the other way around, some people would have been bailing out the corporations. So I experienced two different crises, one being local, one being international, but I experienced two different types of leadership skills. One that really showed me that American people mattered. There were so many resources depending upon your state where we reaped handsomely when my husband got laid off. That's why I was like, we ate like fat kings under Donald Trump. We was having DoorDash out here. And I'm not saying that to be funny, but for real. Every day. My husband was getting $900 a week. Because remember, Donald Trump put that provision and left it to the state. So people that didn't get it, y'all state shady. But he left it to the state.
You're 100% right. Not to cut you off, but context people, like I always tell people, during the pandemic, I was an essential worker for the first little bit of it. So I always tell people I only had about 4.5 months of really just being able to sit on my pockets and just chill. And they were great 4.5 months. But yeah, I know
that.
Talking about. I knew some people, and like I always tell people, like, remember we've had this conversation that those 4.5 months was probably the only time in my adult life, all my working, all my grinding, all my whatever, those are the first times in my adult life where I was able to wake up in the morning and say, what do I want to do today without this? Oh, I got to make this money, or I can only chill for so long.
The stresses of trying to figure that out. But you didn't have to.
Right. Yeah. That was crazy for me. Like, no, that actually when I realized, it took me, you know how it is, you don't get it right then and there. Mm-hmm. It took me maybe about a week or two in, and I realized, yo, I don't think I ever just was waking up just saying. And there were times in my life I was good memory, but you know how it is. It's always all good till it's not. So you always preparing for the other shoe to drop. But no, I had the money that I had made during the first part of it. Now I'm getting my unemployment, which is comparable to what I was making, plus whatever, to where it's like, listen, I could. What do I want to do today? It's okay.
See what I mean? Without give me that for American. And I'm not saying Americans deserve handouts and all this. This is our money. Like when things like this happen, this is the resources we need. People struggling out here with mortgage payments or getting into houses and groceries and gas, but yet you're sending billions. Do people know how tiny Ukraine is? And do people know how rich Israel is? They don't need no more of our money. When Americans are telling you we need help here, that's my thing. Like, probably my animosities. I'm just pissed off at that whole entire cabinet, Biden and Harris. I mean, I've known him to do shiesty stuff like that. Bush too. You know what I mean? He took us to war. I was pissed off at him. But my thing is, it doesn't make sense to spend billions of dollars when your own people need resources. And Donald Trump is not just good for resources. He's a person that actually thought, okay, let's really hone into this and how can we help Americans? Because honestly, he could have done the same. He could have been helping freaking Ukraine, Russia, somebody. Or the corporations, which are the worst, right? It's like the corporations already have all these safeguards of, loss prevention, all kind of stuff. And
memory. I'm with you. But before we run all the way to the bottom of that rabbit hole, let's just
don't go too far into the ocean.
Yeah, thank you, Larry. So, watch out, there's landmines. I just don't want you running. Let's just walk carefully. Let's walk. I'm gonna hold your hand. If you go, I go. We together, baby. We in this. But you're gonna walk slow.
Slow. Not run, not jog. Slow.
You ain't just gonna be skipping around this like it's all good. Hey, shooting. Keep your head down. I'm just trying to say, I want to make it home. Memo, I want to go home. Memo. I just want to go home, man.
No side quest.
I got kids, man. Oh, it's spooky in these streets, but it's a beautiful thing. The Chinese have a saying, may you live in interesting times.
Mm-hmm.
There's billions of them, so obviously, they get busy and, they know what they're talking about. So right. I'm just saying, these are interesting times that we're living in, and I just, everybody, let's just, it is what it is. I think she's giving her little concession speech now. I'm watching.
Oh, is she?
I think so. It's supposed to be at 4. Let me see. Say, go ahead and talk for a minute. Let me try and pull this up, see if she's on talking.
Yeah, I could absolutely talk for a minute because I want to talk about why she leave all them people over there. Why did she do that to those people? She left all those people over there. She could give them...
and then didn't even send her husband or nothing. Sent some random nigga that we ain't never seen.
Right, I ain't never seen. I was like, who that nigga is? Because I was like, wait a minute.
If he was so important in your campaign, why am I just now seeing this?
I just saw him. That for real. I was like, wait. And I thought it was like a local official person, but I was like, why is he speaking on behalf of? Who are you, sir? Identify yourself. So, but you know what? Miracles come in different ways. It's just to show y'all. I'm gonna just do one time. She ghosted y'all again. This lady done ghosted y'all when she was in the White House. She ain't care nothing about her supporters. She ain't care nothing about your support. Them little dances, the sorors, she didn't care. No, not Kamala. No, she didn't. She ghosted. A little thank you would have been nice. Thank y'all for coming out. We're gonna close this early. Let's just
right, exactly. Yeah, hey,
go home.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all been out here in the cold.
So much.
Y'all did so much for me. We fought so hard, and the fight's not over. We've got so much more to go. Now we know just how much more we got to do and whatever. And I'll still be here with you. But as for now, let's go home. Congratulations. And let's
Thank
show
you
the
for
other
your
side
support.
that we're big. Like, there's so many things. Let's show the other side our true American spirit by
Yes.
by saying, okay, good game. We'll get you next time.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, look how easily.
Exactly.
Oh my God, why can't I get $1 million? Who was the random nigga in the peach suit they sent out?
Right. I was like, sir, who are you? Identify yourself.
Hey, he was sharp. Hey, don't he look like that one dude your auntie be trying to bring to the cookouts?
Exactly. Because I was like, who's this man?
You just be looking at him like you know good and damn well he ain't no good. Because you know what I'm saying? This is a body she ain't supposed to be claiming. You can tell that because she ain't introduced him by name to nobody.
Nothing. I was like, what is sir talking about? Why are you dismissing the crowd? Who are you? I was like,
and they how Kamala did, like she brought her side, hey, she told her side dude, hey man, go on and
go on and let them people know. Go on, let them people know.
And then that's what I'm saying. It seemed like she was sitting there crying. And I don't even know.
Like you can't have an emotional leader though. See what I mean? It's like you.
I mean, Donald Trump would have cried. We've seen Donald Trump pout.
No,
too.
Donald Trump has said some stuff, but he still came out, even when he lost.
He came out though. He came out.
He came out. You know, to at least thank them people and do what he had to do, and he's gonna cry on whine about it. But
hey, Memo,
even
Memo, you want to hear something crazy?
What?
The bitch still ain't came out.
Oh.
I'm sitting there watching it.
She is coming.
I got it live. She still ain't showed her face yet. She in the back trying to get her makeup ready, get her stuff. And here's the thing, like it's okay, baby.
Right. It's life.
Bosses take losses.
But this your queen though.
They mine. I just voted. I don't like that. I tell you right now.
Association is crazy.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Diabolical. Say, not my queen. Not
listen,
my magic.
I told people then, listen. Obama. You know, I voted for Obama. Love me some Obama, but that wasn't my thing. That wasn't my whatever. He was just abused. The guy I voted twice for to be president of the United States. No more, no less.
No more, no less.
I'm telling you, I'm black out here now. I'm real black out here. You can't just get me caught up.
Right.
I stick to the rivers and lakes that I'm used to. Okay.
Obama mesmerized us. He got all of us. I was mesmerized.
I knew what Barry Soetoro was doing. See, I knew about him. I knew about Barry. But I was like, you know, I told people when he did that speech during John Kerry's run for the presidency in Denver, and I think it was in Denver, and he did that speech and he lit that crowd on fire, and I was like, oh, they gonna get him. I said, that man looked good on camera. I told people, I said, he looked good on camera.
And he had charisma. He had swag. People felt, and that's the cool black guy you want. Just the right shade of black to be in the White House. Not too intimidating.
And it was right at this point where people had already, whether you supported GW or not, you kind of all settled into this. Well, he's a bumbling idiot. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. To where Obama, he not only did he look good, did he sound good, he seemed competent. It was like, hell yeah, put him in. You know, I don't care. That's why there was a lot of white folks who actually, they don't like black people. They were racist, but when you just looked optically, and that's what happened. That's the reason why old Joe got did dirty, because optically at that debate that bad debate, it was just optically, it was like, but we ain't forgot that optically she didn't really look good against too many people. We forgot about those optics because, as you said, she went what?
DEI on him. What? She went ghost. She went ghost. She'll be Kamala Ghost Harris. That's what her middle name should be.
You know what I'm saying? She became Chief Casper on us one time on the Woogie Boogie. She Woogie Boogie this motherfucker, boy. I'm trying to tell you. And I love her though. But baby, you couldn't have done that. Once again, lessons to learn for potential vice president. J.D. Vance better learn this if he wants to advance MAGA and MAGA wants to go.
J.D. Vance finna advance. I want him for my 2028 candidate.
You don't want it, but if he's smart, and he is smart, he's probably gonna get it.
I love how he challenged the media. I had never seen a politician do that. People, they walk on the eggshells around him and think that the journalist has the power. Oh, I absolutely ate up all J.D. Vance's anchor to interview with him because he checked them, and they deserve to be. And I loved how he did Jake Tapper. He said it was your organization, which it was, CNN, that kept running this, and he fact-checked the disinformation they were creating, and then Jake Tapper wants to stutter. No, y'all be doing too much. They be doing too much.
Tim Wall's coming out right now. He got the red face, looking
Crazy
like he's
face
at a
Kim
family
Wong.
funeral. Hey, can you hear Can you hear? Can you hear this?
I could hear it now.
The vice president has just announced we expect to see her just any second now. As she would approach the podium again.
I wish I had this hooked up to where I could give you this video.
It's okay. I could hear it.
You can hear
I
it?
want to look at Crazy Eye. It was at Crazy Eye Waltz.
Okay, at least she's smiling. Trying to-
She should be. Cut it up, Clips.
I'm gonna turn it up some more.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
You met your damn memory.
Can't
She
stand
like,
my
I wanna hear
amazing
this.
voice.
What you gotta say, bitch?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let me say that I love you back. Love you back. So let me say, my heart is full today. My heart is full today, full of gratitude for the trust you have placed in me, full of love for our country, and full of resolve. The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for, but hear me when I say, the light of America's promise
She look old as hell right now.
always burn bright.
Damn, look at all them lines on her face, man. That motherfucker aged like 30 years overnight.
As we never give up, and as long as we keep fighting.
Oh, baby.
To my beloved Doug and our family, I love you so very much. To President Biden and Dr. Biden, thank you for your faith and support. To Governor Walz and the Walz family, I know your service to our nation will continue. And to my extraordinary team, to the volunteers who gave so much of themselves, to the poll workers and the local election officials, I thank you. I thank you all. Look, I'm so proud of the race we ran. The way we ran it. The way we ran it. Over the 107 days of this campaign, we have been intentional about building community and building coalitions, bringing people together from every walk of life and background, united by love of country with enthusiasm and joy in our fight for America's future. And we did it with the knowledge that we all have so much more in common than what separates us. Now I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it. But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power. A fundamental principle of American democracy is that when we lose an election, we accept the results. That principle as much as any other, distinguishes democracy from monarchy or tyranny. And anyone who seeks the public trust must honor it. At the same time, in our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States. And loyalty to our conscience and to our God. My allegiance to all three is why I am here to say, while I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign. The fight for freedom, for opportunity, for fairness, and the dignity of all people, and fight for the ideals at the heart of our nation.
All right. Okay, I'm about over this shit. All right.
Too long of it. I didn't think she was gonna do that all that, but I guess she's entitled to however long she want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Did she thank her supporters at the start? Did I hear that or no?
Yeah, she thanked everybody. She thanked everybody. Yeah.
You better thank her sorors. Did she put her pinky finger up and do a little dance for him?
No, she didn't do her little AK, whatever her affiliation was. I don't know. But I know, man, she looks so stressed out in the face right now. I mean, she really
going back to regular life. Well, VP, but I mean after 2025. So, but she got enough money to figure out what she's gonna do between her, Biden, and the people that laundered all the money to Ukraine and Israel. They're rich.
I mean, you gotta understand. It's for a lot of these people. It's an ego thing. Not to mention dealing with a Trump like he's there. Like, okay. Yeah, you keep playing. The next few years, you're gonna be sitting there and drug in court and see how you like it. You know
that's crazy. That's what I'd be scared of. And Trump said that
he might do it. That's what I'm saying. Like it is one of those.
He said it. I don't know. No, I don't know. I can't say no, but he did say in the interview with Joe Biden, which was Biden. What's his name?
Rogan.
Rogan. Thank you. Different Joes. He did say that he could have had the opportunity to get Hillary locked up, but he chose not to because it's a president's wife. It wasn't good for the country, and he just didn't want to put her through that. That was his first term. I don't know what he's gonna do this time.
Oh yeah.
P. Diddy going to prison for sure. I bet you that P. Diddy was gonna get
Trump going after everybody he can, and it is what it is. Hold on. Let me see what this bitch said.
That all people deserve. The fight for our freedom.
She's still she did the fight for it, but no.
It's the longest I've ever seen her talk.
Exactly. You gonna show the ball now you feel the weight off your shoulders. You can see that all. See, this almost make me feel like that boxer who was kicking butt until he got in one ring. You know how we be talking about it on the show. We didn't know he looked nervous on the ring walk, and then go in there and get knocked out. And then you see him in the interview afterwards, he just all relieved, and he like, yeah, that boy didn't want to be there. That boy didn't want to be there. Look at this, but it's crazy. But I'm glad at least she conceded.
Yeah, she got it over and done with. Now she's going about her life. She'll be fine. I wonder what's going to be next for her.
Yeah. I mean, and it's crazy for her because during this transition as a sitting VP, not only does she have to sit over the certification of Donald Trump's electoral votes and nomination, she gonna probably have to be there's a lot of crow to eat. There's a lot of crow to eat, and she a big girl. She got it, and shit, she earned it. I mean, for the simple fact that you accepted the challenge and you walked in that ring, and if there were other things you could have done, you should have done it.
I disagree. She never earned it. She never earned the people's votes.
No. She earned what's coming to her. That's what I mean. She stepped
after
into the ring.
After this.
No, that's what I mean. Like, we could say everything about that's what I mean. I'm discounting all that. Oh, she wasn't primary. No, she is it's like boxing. You know what I'm saying? We can say everything
Yeah, but she
about
didn't earn it in a big way. I don't see her soaring
right,
to
yeah,
the like.
maybe it was
At least
back
she
when
ain't gonna be like,
let's
you
take it back
know.
to Mo. She hey, it might have been some politics. She ain't even a
And she
contender.
earned it. Where's Pence right now? Does anybody see? See what I'm saying? We don't know where Pence is because
It's like Pence trying to stay out the way. Pence chilling.
But that's my point. So don't nobody even know where he's at or checking for him, and she'll be the same. She'll fall the same fate too. She didn't really make an indelible mark on anything while she was in the White House. She'll be known as a woman that ran against Trump because nobody's checking for Hillary Clinton too right now. She never earned her seat. And you know, one thing I thought about, I have been thinking because my mind also goes everywhere.
Okay.
And people are gonna get offended, but I don't care. That black women didn't see this as. I felt like they also kind of set Kamala Harris up. I feel like they did.
Oh,
But
yeah,
if she didn't see it, she's on her own. I just feel like they set her up.
Well,
I don't know what for.
I looked at Bogus like this as a test your weight and see how, test your strip. Like she didn't understand that the powers that be said, okay, let's see how heavy your name is out here in these streets. And
I think that was a sabotage to have her believe that if she claimed to be black, that she would win the people's vote.
Just because you walk in these rooms and were either accepted or treated cordially didn't mean that, people got to understand, once again, Black America is not a monolith. That's another thing that I am glad about this election, how it played out, was for people to realize that we are not monolithic. And you can't act like all you got to do is do this and do that, and then everybody just views you as black, or all you got to do is be melanated, or have a black daddy, black mama, or be mixed or whatever, and can speak with a twang and make you some greens, and that makes you that. Like there's this little goofy, even the fact that Trump got the felonies. See, he's just like he's black. Like stuff like that offended me. I hated that with Bill Clinton. He cheats on his wife and he smokes weed. He's the first black president. No. Like, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Oh, all I got to do is this, and I got the whole 13% of the nation, the black vote in the nation, right there. They're gonna just vote for me. Just get the pastors to tell the niggas to vote, and they gonna vote.
Right.
That's what Republicans and MAGAs are now. There's a lot of black Republicans and even black MAGA who are still slave to the neocon evangelical push of the 80s and 90s, where they kind of flooded the black church and really started getting black folks in line. And that's when I first started seeing the push of the openly unapologetic black Republican in my personal life. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them, these were stars. Okay, she finally walked her ass off stage. And a lot of
she's done.
Go and get your little Dougie and go and get your ass off of it. See, I'm fair though. I'm fair. Didn't I say I was gonna be talking shit either way? Didn't I say that?
You did.
Why? Because I'm black. This shit don't mean nothing to me. That motherfucker don't know my name. Trump don't know my name. They don't know my name. And if they did, I bet you if I see them in 2 weeks, they probably wouldn't remember. 291 to 223 is it, as it's coming out now. Like, yeah, it was pretty much all them. Trump pretty much grabbed all them swing states except for one that ain't reported yet. Like,
man, did you see the Amish come out? I knew it was over when the Amish came out. People say they knew it was over when he got shot. I didn't know. But I knew it was over when I saw them horses and buggies with the American flag and the Trump flag, because some people are disassociated from our society. Well, they don't vote.
No, you ain't got to tell me about that, because it's, a lot of people laugh at me, but, people don't understand, I'm chief of a sovereign tribe. You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff I'm talking, it's just me being funny and speaking in code. But, yeah, I've always said that that's true equality for me. Is allow black folks to have our groups like the Amish, the Mennonites, and the Quakers, who, we can live tax-free off here. No, trust me, we're not going to do no open sedition, but our land is our land and leave us alone. And and then you just got to respect that, there's a couple 100,000 of us within this area. And we vote as a tribal area. We, we vote monolithically because we live off to ourselves. You feel what I'm saying? Right. You feel what I'm saying, Memo? Like, that's how they do. They vote monolithically because they got their own little things worked out in their little communities, their own economy. You know what I'm saying? They only come out when they want to. and you can only deal with them technically on certain levels. I respect that. Like, I believe all groups, I mean, for real, all groups in America, and this sounds crazy, I'm not mad at it. There was a town I heard of called Leaf, North Dakota, or is it Leaf, North or South Dakota, where pretty much in the 70s or 80s, a lot of white nationalists and white supremacists, they moved towards that area. And slowly but surely, and you looked up by the 90s, a lot of the city council and a lot of whatever in around this city were members of these groups or 1 or 2 degrees apart affiliated. So this town became pretty much a white nationalist town where it wasn't like they had these laws where you couldn't be black or be there, but it was like it pretty much was what it was. You knew what it was. Nobody's gonna lynch you, but you know you're not welcome here. You feel what I'm saying? They got their own little movement. And everyone, I remember when I first watched the documentary, it got presented to me as on some how terrible is this? And I said, technically they're not wrong. They're practicing the laws. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, then why don't black folks, or, you know, you see Spanish people, I didn't think you get Chinatowns and little Havanas where they really just know they became a self-insulated community that self-aggregate their resources and economy into a point where no, they do have not only financial but political capital that must be respected. And with a lot of people, while they talk about gang culture, very key to these communities getting their own identities, the Irish, the Italians, the different Asian gangs, the different Spanish communities, was because their street gangs were also tapped in, and all these things worked in unison with the same goal of autonomy for that group of people. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's why that's why I've always got mad when people just make blatant statements about gang culture without, like, when you look at any gang, yeah, Arizona and Nevada are the only ones too close to be called, but everything else Trump and grabbed up. This is crazy. Like, he might end up at like at 300 and something to only 223. This is insane. This is one of the craziest victories ever. He oh my God, he's dragging her down the street. Somebody help her. Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
Are you okay, Annie?
Holy smokes. But you feel me? To where it's like our culture, black people, we don't see that. To where we don't see that this is how these communities do these things. Not to go on my rant and get us off topic, but we need to. I really said that we need to all just lock in on whatever we lock in on, and then and let our different groups truly have a sense of financial, cultural, and political autonomy. Form your own townships. Go buy some land, or these little small towns that are already, you know what I'm saying, a high percentage, you know, you're already 60% black or whatever, you know, whatever, Alabama, Mississippi, whatever. A lot of black people need to move down there and really boost this town up and really invest to where you look up and, yeah, all of a sudden, yeah, it's popping over here in this town, but yeah, this is ours. This is ours. What happened in Tulsa, you know, Oklahoma was terrible. But that also could have been avoided had them blacks had a true constable service that they, you know what I'm saying, whatever, if not a sheriff department with black officers, people from that community, different things like that in different ways. And if not even already planned and armed militias who are already on it.
Right.
It's ours. The same way about them Amish people. People be laughing, you already know, Memo, them people ain't playing.
No.
They got shows about it, Amish Mafia, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you go out in them woods trying to do whatever, it ain't going well for you, my boy. And guess what? It's all legal beagle.
All legal beagle.
I'm trying to tell you, listen, I try to tell people I spent a lot of my life around the southwestern border between Arizona and New Mexico, you know what I'm saying, and Mexico and California and New Mexico. Man, I'm trying to tell you, you get on some of them lands, them little tribal lands where the different mestizos, you know what I'm saying, the Mexican Indians and the Mexican, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's not necessarily America or Mexico, my boy. Whatever happens on this land happens. You know what I'm saying? If somebody wants to leave you there, it happens. Like, people, you know, that's true autonomy, because true sovereignty is the ability to, you know, not only have your own, but defend your own.
True.
And I really don't think Black America is going to win, still trying to act like a seat at the table is sufficient.
Nah, because sometimes that seat at the table is not all that it's cracked up to be. You know what I'm saying?
At all. What if I don't eat the shit y'all serving?
Exactly.
I don't need pork, nigga. That shit off my plate, boy. Flip this whole table on these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, stupid things. Like, it's real simple things. And it's not about separation, sedition. This isn't black. It's like, no, like, let's really understand that, listen, some of these, like you feel Donald Trump, some of these groups know they're not racist or they're not whatever when you see what they're on, because they're not pro-black and they're not sitting there cheerleading for you. They're not supposed to be cheerleading for you. Why do we always look for other groups to cheerlead and push for us? Push for it yourself.
100%.
But we don't. Back to what we were saying about when, the powers that be told Kamala, test your blackness.
Right.
And she came up tan. Came up tan in the mama. You know what I'm saying?
She found out quick, didn't she?
Yeah. But here's the thing, good damn well she could have been full black, and that they would have been like, oh, she ain't really black. See, look at her, she speaks all well, or
exactly,
she's a white man and everything. Because the only thing that saved Barack was Michelle with the black community. Because he he got the white mama, and mama was at him. People was at him. And then he had the name that was, oh man, see, his dad ain't a real black man because his dad all the way from Kenya. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he grew up in the projects. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He saved from Chicago, but he went there when he was grown. It ain't like he was put down as an El Rukin or nothing. Like, come on, man, get out of here. Black folks crazy.
Exactly. Crazy.
The black litmus test is the craziest landmine if you do not have to walk the black litmus test, you have to walk there. And so I personally, that's why I get offended when non-blacks or certain mixed people who, because of how they grew up, don't have to understand that. I get offended. I get offended when they talk to me, because this is something I can't express to you. This is something you've got to experience when you walk in a room. Not only got all these other people's preconceived notions that you could be oblivious to, or you can try to be insecure about, but one way or another, you're going to have to navigate. But then you've got every other black person's own individual criteria that you must somehow meet, pass, or supersede, or something's wrong with you. And these people are going to make it their way to make whatever simple interaction more than what it needs to be. You feel what I'm saying? Remember, because when you're in the West, I feel like when you're in the West and you're melanated, people feel a need to classify you. That's why they just want to touch your hair, or they just want to come up and talk to you. They just got to say, what the hell? Hey, what's going on? You got your papers? What the hell you doing around here, fella? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when you see that, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you see, I ain't even going to use that metaphor because that's fucked up. But I feel like you got to classify yourself. And so hopefully with this, and like, hey, with this Trump triumph, hey, felons can do a lot. Felons can do a lot. You know what? Black men, don't let that felon, black men, white men, poor man, people who had troubles and people who had passed, you know what I'm saying, men and women, don't let that felony hold you back. He didn't even get shit expunged yet. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do a damn thing, but to say he didn't skip a beat. All he did was Donnie kept dipping, and he made it to the finish line. And so, well, damn, here he is. And congratulations to him. I'm not a hater. I still don't like him, but I like what you know what I'm saying. I like the lessons. I love the lessons. Oh, I don't know nothing about that memory. See, that maybe this current political climate got everybody a little too sensitive to where we forgot. You know what I'm saying? We just want to laugh at somebody. Nah, I just want to live and learn.
Right.
I just want to live and learn. There ain't no winners and losers. The only way there's winners and losers in this, if this was all about winners and losers. I thought this was about America and making it better.
That is true for the Americans.
I think I said something right there, man. What do you think? I think I said something right there.
You say something right there.
I don't know. You know, sometimes I'll be talking, but I think right there I said something because they got to get it. Like, we now have a prayer, and it's not about everybody get on this MAGA train because I damn sure ain't on it. Oh, but I'm Team America. And I'm excited because I've got an American president who has no obstructions with a Supreme Court that just declared that he can do whatever the hell he wants. Okay, let's see how this play out. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
It's gonna play out well because one thing I know for sure, what I told myself was, and I didn't even have a shadow of a doubt, but having all the houses in his favor, he has children and grandchildren. Like, if one thing I know about people that are that old, they're gonna look out for their next generation. So I don't think he's just gonna start going rogue.
If you understand the Messianic lore that a lot of some of his more fervent followers are all caught up on right now, he's setting everything up for Barron Trump's ascendancy. One of the other sons will come to prominence, maybe a senator or governor at some point, but they're setting it up for when Barron gets into his 30s. Barron's about to be going crazy out here. You see how they credited all the young voters on Barron, said Barron was the one behind the social media push, who even told him to go on Joe Rogan, all that. Whether that's true or not, you see how you know what I'm saying? You see the type of syrup they're pouring on the shit. They about to call it pancakes. They about to call it pancakes and throw it on America's plate. I'm trying to tell you, they gonna throw that tall boy at us, man. They gonna throw him. Shit, you seen how they was trying to throw Jared at us? All right, they did throw Jared at us. Jared's still counting money from them Trump years. What you mean?
Oh, Jared Kushner.
Yeah, man, Jared's thumb, so he's still counting money. That's why you ain't seen him. You like, hold up, man, I lost count, bitch. Wait a minute. He's somewhere getting his Scrooge McDuck on. He don't even care.
Right. And people were like, oh, that's nepotism. Well, yeah, Dick Cheney was rich. So was Bush. So I'm not sure. Like, to me, that stuff, everybody goes in and comes out for themselves majority of the time. Dick Cheney's construction company was the only construction company allowed to fix what we were tearing up. So the man's doing good. And so that's why Liz Cheney want to get in there. Her trigger fingers want to start a war so she could make some money.
I think Liz Cheney's actually a good lady. I don't think she's a hawk as much as she grew up. You know what I'm saying? She understands what it is because of who her father is, and so she knows how the sausage is made. And she's one of those people who thought she could use her expertise and know-how. It's almost a Hillary Clinton sort of thing. Mm-hmm. She wanted to use her expertise and know-how from being there to try to clean up the beast. But the people right now, they just want the beast put down. They don't want it tamed. They don't want it cleaned up. They want the beast put down. And so you've got an attachment to the beast, the very name, Liz Cheney. As soon as they hear the Cheney, they're just like, boo. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Boo. Like, you feel that? I've always said Hillary Clinton's only problem, sadly, was the marriage of convenience with William Jefferson Clinton. Because Hillary Clinton was already on her political whatever. But when she said she's going to be a down wife and spent so long covering up Bill's messes, when a lot of that started coming out, a lot of Bill's messes and Bill's filth got caught on her hands and stuck to her name. Mm-hmm. To where by the time now, when she was Secretary of State, and everyone talks about Benghazi or whatever like that, it was like, most of America already had it in her mind that she already was poo-poo caca. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, you feel what I'm saying? She was already El Booger lady, you know what I'm saying, before Clinton even got out of office, before he was even impeached in most people's minds. True or false? Because she was she was one of the most active first ladies since Nancy Reagan, and she wasn't a Republican. See, it was cute when Nancy Reagan was pushing them Republican, you know what I'm saying, them Republican viewpoints. You know what I'm saying, that all, you know what I'm saying, that all white picket fence, nuclear family, good old Americana. When Hillary started pitching her version, that started offending people. So once she started trying to gain her political capital, does that make sense to you, Memory?
Well, that makes sense.
Like everybody's already like, oh, this bitch. 2 bills, bitch. Oh, you ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like you know, in your past, not right now, you were the most reputable, honorable man. You married to a most reputable and honorable man. But in your past, have you ever attached yourself to a dude who wasn't shit, to where, you know, too many people seeing you with him and you'd walk in the room and get that look?
Right. No, that makes sense.
You gotta go up to people like, you know, we ain't dating no more. Hold on, you ain't gotta keep doing me like that. How you doing, nigga? My name's Memory. Y'all ain't gonna keep playing me. This is me, bitch. Don't be trying.
Solo dolo. Like, don't be trying to pair me up with that. That's in the past.
Nah, don't put that paperwork on my name. Now, listen, I stayed solid out here, baby.
That's funny.
But yeah, man, it's I feel that's what's going on. And conversely, Kamala did that politically with Joe Biden. She, you know what I'm saying, you rode that horse. Because as you pointed out, you know, she was the first to get out the primaries because, yes, you had some dope moments against Joe Biden where you had him on the roast. But like I said, even in that moment, I felt like that was some Black Karen shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what was Joe supposed to respond? You know what I'm saying? Okay, I voted for a law that, you know, that made it harder for you to go to school.
Right.
At that time, I thought that was a more practical law, bitch. You went to school, though, right? I see you made it all the way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Bully for you, bitch. What do you want? like that's why I should run for, like, now, see, Trump got me wanting to run for politics because now I know I can be as greasy as I want to. I just got to be greasy from the gate. You know what I'm saying? So, like, soon as I come down the escalators, I'm going to be like, yo, SMD, all y'all, you know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to eat your kids. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to eat, you know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 blah. All praise be to Allah. And I'd like your vote for president. You know what I'm saying? And then from then on, I can say whatever I want to, and they'd be like, yeah, well, you know, Eclipse gets like that sometimes. They was like, did you see what Eclipse said in the debate? Well, how many blunts did he have before the debate? Nah, well, yeah, you know. You know, that last 45 minutes, the munchies was kicking in. He was a little hangry. He was just saying.
Right, a little hangry.
You know, if y'all to just let him get, like, you know what I'm saying, y'all to just get, you know what I'm saying, let him get a little snack, you know, during a commercial break or something like that, he'd have probably communicated that a little better. But, you know, he'd be off that cush. So what do you think? Speaking of that, you know, of course, it's smoke signals. Okay, so the red states got in. All right, the red wave is crashing against the shore. How do you think we're going to look on getting weed decriminalized federally? Do you think Trump is going to throw a bone to the working class, which would actually be an insult? But because I smoke weed, even though it's legal now recreationally and medicinally in the great state of Ohio, let's go!
I think someone said, I have to research it, but someone said that that's part of the things that he was doing earlier. I think it was that girl that got pardoned. What's her name? She's a tall Black girl. Is her name Angie? Angela Stanton King. And so she mentioned, I believe that's what she said. One of the things, which I don't know what he did when it as in terms of the criminal aspects and pardons and stuff like that. I know her, but she said some of his stuff was cutting down the time for inmates that had those types of cases, minor related drug charges. And I think that should be a consideration, especially, I mean, listen, we know that weed's about to be a federal thing. It's getting legalized state by state. And once it's federal, I think that they will have to revisit those laws. Really, they'll have to. And some people might come out, and some people might do a half. I don't know. I think that there's a common sense approach to that, though.
No, you're not. No, you're not wrong. And one thing I will give Trump during his first presidency is he did make efforts for criminal justice reform, which I'm very strong about, and I feel should happen. One second, I got. No, hold on. Calling me, nigga. You know I'm on that. Cuddy, what up?
What's going on, Cuddy?
Man, nothing on these smoke signals, man. Man, pull up to the YouTube, man, and come jump on this panel. Holla at me.
I'm gonna come on there.
Yep. There you go. You want to talk to me, goddamn it, come to the panel. I told these motherfuckers, I got time today because I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this because there's so many lessons. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, once again, everybody wants to laugh at somebody. Everybody, and I've noticed that in a lot of our conversations and discourses. I've noticed a lot of people, they're so busy trying to make a talking point, have a mic drop moment or a hot take that, what are you really, really learning?
Right.
And at the end of the day, we're Americans. And as Americans in America, you've got to be able to deal with somebody who disagrees with you.
That is facts right there too.
I've always said, I've said this 1,000 times. I don't care what's the nature of our relationship. I do not feel that we are cool, friends, or anything until we can disagree. Until there is something that we genuinely disagree about. And then I make my determinations on how we go about that disagreement. Does that disagreement just fuck up our whole interaction? Does that disagreement, all of a sudden now you ain't talking to me just because, I said I like the Giants and, you're an Eagles fan or something like that. Like, for real, because you could tell a lot. The most powerful word in the English lexicon is 2 letters, N-O. Say it every now and then, and you'll see who really messes with you. Just say no. And I want to thank my Cuddy. Shout out to Adi. Adi's on the panel. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Cuddy, what's going on, man? Memo, we cooking. Memo celebrating. Her guy won. Her guy won. Shout out to Trump, man. Shout out to Trump. He did it.
What's going on? What's going on, man? Blessed to be on Smoke Signals. You know what I'm saying?
You already know. Puff, puff, salute, cousin.
Puff, puff, salute. I think that, I think people need to take a chill pill with politics. Like my girl was saying, what happened to the times where it was ignorant and, nobody's business. Lord. I don't think that it's my phone had went off. I don't think that it's anybody's business who anybody votes for. I think that's, 2 things I won't argue with nobody about is politics and religion. That is your opinion. That is your choice. I don't think anybody should, not be friends with you anymore or not talk to you anymore about who you vote for. That's your choice, man. That's who you vote for. That's who you vote for. People got very strong opinions on this stuff. I had seen a bunch of people on my IG, like they wildin'. Like,
they hurt.
Yeah, like, they wildin', and it's like,
what's the level of I'm trying to gauge the fuckery. You know what I'm saying? Is it like, is it like, is it like pouting, or is it full on? Or is it full on? Are they chipping? Are they chipping? It's full chimpanzee activity. They throwing shit.
It's full Caesar. Like
full Caesar, Planet of the Apes.
Yo, full Caesar. Like niggas is Planet of the Apes. Like they
Memo.
They talk about no. They
why DJ got him out there like this, man? Why
DJ Trump got these niggas out here tripping? Like
that's how I was like, I don't understand that. People have been born, bred here all their lives. Doing too much, but the media has perpetuated this propaganda. I am a person that's telling people I was there when he got in the first time. I cried that morning in the bathroom. because I thought life was over. But I
You cried?
realized
Hold
I
on,
did.
you
That's
cried?
what I'm saying. That's because all I ingested was CNN, and I cried because I thought that life was over. CNN had done a great fear mongering propaganda tactic.
They was
That
harvesting
the
energy.
same thing they keep
Hey,
doing
they
right
got
now.
you, huh?
The
You didn't
same.
understand. You didn't understand that as a television station.
Well, everybody understands it's a television statement, but the people that are supposed to give you factual information when they fear monger you, like and then the view is not really news, but people listen to these people. Sonny said, "Oh, now we're going into internment camp." So imagine being not like really thinking reality, and then, oh my God, we're going into. He's going to put us in. She said that today on the View. So that's what
Hey,
I'm saying. It's these mediums that shouldn't be allowed to express their emotional opinions. Stick to
well, but
facts.
they're allowed to because here's the thing.
Yeah, they
It's
allowed to
just
do that.
The
it's
View could
just
do
like
that, but not the news. I'm
well,
sorry, I disagree. Not
here's
the
the thing.
news.
What people got to understand, and I agree with you to this point. Hear me out on this real carefully. All right, just as most like when people say WWE, most sports, basketball, whatever, is actually when you look up the corporations, they are sports
Right.
entertainment. Okay, they can fix these
Absolutely.
games, they can play it how they want to. Okay, you have news reporting, journalism, and all like that that is supposed to be objective, it's supposed to be unbiased, and then you have news punditry. Okay, most of what happened in the 2000s, because in the 90s you still had a lot of anchormen and you still had a lot of journalists, and you have a lot of people who aspire to that title and things like that today. But when you really break it down, you have pundits. You have somebody who the only reason why this story is on their 30-minute segment is because they already have their spill and their take on it. And that's why after they show you the story, they cut you know what I'm saying, they cut over to camera B, they turn in their desk and they give you their 5 minutes, their 5 minute cliff notes, and that's the last thought that the audience has of it. That is not news; it's a pundit, and they,
But most Americans don't know that. I'm telling you, I was a
they
casual
don't. You're
victim
right.
of
That's
this
no. That's why I said. That's
with
why I agree
CNN.
with you.
I thought CNN was news. And at that time, they were everybody's gonna get deported. Oh, this
Well, no, here's
we're
the
gonna
thing.
go. This,
CNN
we're going to
is
World War
news,
Three.
but CNN is a 24
They're
24-hour
irresponsible. They're
broadcasting
irresponsible.
network. So they have they have news programmings.
But
And
they're
they also have
irresponsible. It's
punditry.
irresponsible.
Exactly. And then Fox does the same.
I just
CBS,
feel like my
all
But
opinion on
Fox
that
didn't
thing
fear
is
monger me. It was CNN. I started to, if I'm going to listen to news, it'll be clips from Fox. That is it. I won't sit there. I don't have a favorite person, but it'll be clips from Fox.
I'm gonna tell you the
CNN
truth.
did
I'm gonna let you. I'm
a
gonna let
whole
you get in.
propaganda movement.
I'm gonna let you get in, Audie, real quick. But I just want to make this
like,
point.
no, you good.
I agree with what you're saying, but I feel the reverse. And honestly, I stopped messing with Donald Trump and NBC as a complete network. NBC used to be my joint. I used to love just watching Al Roker's goofy butt, you know what I'm saying, and everything. Yeah, I just laugh at him all day, But when I saw the buildup in 2012, 2010, of how they were trying to take, I know they got to cross promote with The Apprentice, but he was on the show too much and they're not talking about The Apprentice, they're talking about politics. I said, man, NBC is really pushing this guy to where, like you're saying, I was one of the first who was mad that when all of a sudden he threw his hat in the political sphere, all of a sudden NBC, Matt Lauer, who was still on the air at the time, and all these people were acting like, oh, they didn't like Donald Trump. And I was like, dude, I watch your show every day. And you would have him on for no reason. He would call in for no reason. He's not a politician. Why is he talking about healthcare? So I agree with you.
Well, here's my thing about this type of stuff. Now, I'm not gonna speak for my cousin, but me and my cousin are very close. Okay, me and that guy Clips are very close. Blood can make us closer. And the thing is, me and him kind of live outside of the norm. I don't follow any news channels. I don't fall into none of those traps. I call them traps because it's all bullshit to me personally. I don't watch the news. I've never been that type of guy. I don't watch the news. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch any of that stuff. NBC, none of it. Because I know what that stuff is. I'm not gonna go deep into what it is. I know what it is. It's programming. You know what I mean? They programming you. Like you were saying, Memo, they were fear mongering you. The words that you use, and that's part of the programming. They want to harvest your energy, and they want to make you feel upset. They want to induce panic. And I agree with you about you saying to some extent they shouldn't be allowed to do that, but they're gonna do it anyway. These people are gonna do whatever they want. That's what they want to happen. Like I was telling Cuddy when I first came in here, I got all these people on my Instagram, they all losing their mind. That's what they wanted. Excuse me. We all know Kamala wasn't winning. we know she was. Hey, bro, I just had to laugh because, like, bro, she had Cardi B, like me and Alyssa was talking about. She had Cardi B
working on stage. You lost votes when
you thought she was gonna win.
But here's the thing. Hey, Cub, here's the thing. On Audi, I voted for it anyway. Saying to myself, why'd you do that, man? Why'd you do that?
Do you feel guilty?
No, not saying that to myself.
It's really not like
I wasn't saying why did you do that to myself. I know she's gonna get like I told you. I really don't support Donald Trump that's my personal thing. I didn't like Donald Trump since the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Like it goes back. It's real with me. You know what I'm saying? And so I knew I was voting along those lines regardless. And I was like, I'm not going to vote for Jill Stein or Cornel West. That's insane. But when I was voting for her, as I'm walking out, I'm sitting there laughing, thinking about her campaign. Like,
Hey, and Dr. Umar. Let me tell y'all what Dr. Umar said. So Dr. Umar. So I'm gonna tell y'all the first thing that had happened. Then I'll tell y'all the second thing. So the first thing that had happened was Kamala's camp reached out to Dr. Umar. And they wanted to pay him for an interview. They wanted to pay him $50,000, $15,000. He told them no. He came back on his own terms. He said, "Well, hey, look, I'll do the interview if y'all let me question her live." And they told him no. Okay. And he had posted a statement today, basically saying, basically just addressing both sides. Basically. The black vote is important, and the black vote should be, it needs respect, because there's no respect on the black vote. They play with the black vote every 4 years. They try these same tactics, every 4 years. They do the same shit. Like Kamala was promising black people all this other shit, and then she literally just came out of nowhere with that shit. You know what I mean? We know how Trump get down. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's important to not have a very, very strong opinion on this stuff to the point where it becomes too personable. Okay? When you feel yourself getting upset talking about this stuff, stop talking about it. Stop. Like Memo, she voted for Trump. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna attack her because she voted for Trump. I don't fuck with Donald Trump. I never have. I never will. That nigga would have never got my vote. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna attack her but I'm not gonna attack her and antagonize her because that's who she voted for. I may say I don't agree with that. I may say I don't think nobody black should vote for this nigga. You know what I'm saying? But in the same breath, I'll say I don't think nobody should vote for Kamala either. On some trolling shit, on some trolling shit, I ain't gonna lie. Like, if I'd have voted for me. Oh, God. I would have did the right thing.
I'm gonna write my name in. I'm gonna write my name in, and then I'm gonna stand out. I'm gonna stand out of everybody's booth, and I'm gonna be like, yo, man, fuck that. Vote for me.
Hey,
right there, in the
president. I'm vice president. We running this bitch.
Yo, just start freestyling right there at the polls, man. I'm gonna make them sheriffs take me out.
Oh God. And that's the thing. But we all gotta laugh about this stuff, man. What, man? I'm talking. I think that I think that this stuff is funny, and you gotta laugh about it because, um, we gotta be lighthearted about this stuff. We gotta be lighthearted. We gotta see what happens. You know what I mean? We gotta see what happens. We can't like she was saying when Trump won the first time, she was in her bathroom crying. And I feel like that's what people are doing. Alyssa, stop doing all of that. No. You doing too much. Stop.
Oh, no. Anyway.
Yes, you are. Stop.
Yeah.
But I think that it's important to be lighthearted about this type of stuff. Like I said, a lot of people is like freaking out.
And what do you think
Yeah,
about that?
I believe that people are freaking out because I remember where I was, but that's because I ingested all that CNN crap, and I didn't have the discernment at that time to think that news could actually. It took a whole 360. I hadn't seen it because for years you're watching news, so I didn't know that it just had gone this far until COVID. COVID gave most of us a break, sit back, stop, think, and I started to question, and I said, "What?" Because every time you turn on the news, they were talking about him in such a negative light. And I was like, why do they keep talking about this dude? So I had enough time to do computer research. I wanted to see what his policies are, his executive orders. Like, I just started digging into stuff. I started watching his rallies because at that point in time, I realized they were cutting and editing footage. And what was happening at his rallies was not happening at his rallies. And I'm like, oh my God. They don't like him because they can't buy him. He's a billionaire. That's the worst politician you need because he can't be bought by pharmaceuticals. He can't be bought like everyone else. And I realize everyone else that goes in there for the most part, of course, not a billionaire status. They might have some money, but majority of the times, other than Bush and Cheney, who end up having more money, most of the times the presidents are not coming in with such a net worth. So I started to just dig deeper. I was like doing so much stuff, researching, and that's why I stopped watching. But I see why people are doing that. The people that are doing that is because they've been eating all this stuff up. This stuff is toxic. The fear mongering, because they've been told that we're going to be put into internment camps. I couldn't even believe that. I was like, that's not right to say that, because people would take it literal. Like, they would think that their lives are at stake here. People are crying. But what really, it is laughable. What I laugh at is like, yo, chill. He was in there 4 years before. It's not like, oh my God, we don't know what he's going to do. It's like, come on, internment camps? Come on. World War III? Come on.
Well, it's laughable to me because, like I said, I live outside the norm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not in the Matrix.
Yeah, no, I've been out of the Matrix. Now I see things for what they are.
So, that's my thing. All this shit funny to me. All of it. And I want to see exactly what's going to happen. You feel me? Like with the Project 2025 shit, I still honestly don't know what that shit is.
But if you live outside the Matrix, you would know that's not a thing. You would know that is the disinformation.
I've been outside the Matrix since I was 4.
But that's information that has been put out there by MSNBC, CNN. It's not a thing.
And that's fine.
The heritage.
I still want to see what they're gonna do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I still want to see what they're gonna do.
You mean no? The people.
Know what it is. So
but the people don't.
On it. I don't know what it is.
That's why I'm educating you. Research it, and you to find out.
I researched it. I know what it consists of.
But who wrote it? Who published? Who published? Who published?
I want to see what Trump and them is going to do.
No, he's got nothing to do with it. That's why I'm like, how can you see?
Listen to what we're saying, Memo.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying. I just want to see what Trump is going to do in the president. I just want to see everything.
We're not saying he's going to do it or not. We're saying okay. What we're saying is let's see, because right now
Trump has said it twice.
Let's see how it plays out.
Let's bet money right now. I'll give you $100 if it gets enacted. I'll give you $100. I say it ain't. Because you guys don't understand who published it. The person that supports.
I don't even want to take that bet with you because
because I would refuse. We have to go to the root. This is what I have done. You have to go to the root. You can't ignore the root. Who wrote the articles? They have nothing to do with Donald Trump. If I leave my hospital today and I write this nefarious article about being an employee there, I'm an ex-employee. I am not tethered to the hospital. I have no affiliation. The Heritage Foundation is a group and a conglomerate of people that leave cabinets, Democrats and Republicans. Their job is to put not fake, but wannabe policies that they will present to a candidate. But Trump has, because I always watch all his rallies, I don't care how long it is, because I'm going to hear from the horse's mouth, and his interview with Joe Rogan 3 times. But Trump said it. He has no affiliation with, and that's what I always say. Trump could hang upside down and be blue. He said he don't even know what's in it. He's got no affiliation. Heritage Foundation has been doing this for years. Clinton founded every president, cabinet, people that come out and ain't got no job. They put stuff together. But they should, and the mainstream media had y'all believing these are Trump staffers. They're Trump's ex-staffers. If you listen to the Joe Rogan interview, he already told you there were some bad people he picked. He learned this time around. J.D. Vance has denounced Project 2025. But do you even think Congress and even the Senate, even if majority Republicans would even say, yeah, I think, what was the most preposterous thing I heard? The kids are going to be something in school or something. Wait, what? What kind of America do people think we live in, a third world country? He's told us with his own mouth he's got no idea. And I believe him. He's got no idea. You can't just sneak it in. There's checks and balances.
I would hope so.
No, Kamala Harris's supporter is part of the Project 2025. Surprise. Because anybody that turns X or is an expert in Washington could publish these things. It's a group. It's a foundation. But that's what I'm saying. That's the dangers of mainstream media, because Joy Reid took that and she kept going. Kamala Harris was never fact-checked on the stage, on a debate, when she said that. It's a lie. It is a lie. Like, the stuff that's in there can never be implemented, no matter if every house is Republican. You and I know that. You and I know that.
I'm just saying, this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I don't care about none of that shit. Like I said, I have been outside of the matrix since I've been 4 years old.
Yeah, but let's see what he's going to do when he's not going to do anything with a ghost article.
This is what I'm saying. No, what I'm saying is I want to see what he's going to do as a president. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, as a president. Okay.
Yes,
when we remove Project
2025. We don't even know what that shit is. We have to see what the man is going to do. We don't know what that shit is.
Yeah, but stop calling it Project 2025.
Niggas running around this bitch acting like they know everything the nigga about to do. They don't know
because we read. So stop associating. Well,
you're doing. Going to do.
You're saying two separate things.
Listen, everybody, we gonna see what he gonna do.
No, semantics matter. Say that you're gonna see what President Trump is going to do as a president.
Yes, we're gonna see what he's gonna do. That's a simple thing to do. I don't give a fuck about what y'all niggas talking about.
No, because then you added. You don't want to brought Project 2025 up, so I have to make sure.
And what did I say when I brought it up? I said I don't know what it is, and you start rambling. That's what I'm saying. I said I didn't know what it was, and then you start rambling.
See what Trump is going to do about Project.
And saying that I didn't know what I was talking about. That's what you said. All I said, I didn't know what it was.
Let me say what I know I heard. You said we're gonna see what Trump's gonna do about Project 2025.
I said we're gonna see what project. If you're gonna quote me, I said we're gonna see. I said I don't know what Project 2025 is. We're gonna see what it is. That's what I said. If you're gonna quote me, so please quote me. So please quote me correctly.
But it's the same thing. You're saying something that's not factual. It is.
Your opinion. That's what you hear.
How can someone see about something that doesn't exist to them?
That comment is not factual, because
it is not factual because y'all will refuse to look up Project 20.
Emery, let people talk. It's okay. I'm not.
No, I'm letting people talk, but I'm not gonna let you gaslight me.
No, I'm not gaslighting. You're not letting somebody finish. What we're saying.
I heard what he said. He repeated it, but it's the same.
Can I look? I've still not. I've been asking you to let me finish. How many times? Okay. Well, all we're saying is that now that he's in, now that he got in the way he got in, whatever the hell this Project 2025 is, and any of these other little damn things that he said or they said or whatever, now let's see it. We're going
But
to
how
see.
can you see something that's
in a
not
year-
factual?
listen,
This,
in a year-
you guys are saying are two different things. You're acting like you're saying, well, now that he's gonna be president, would you see what he's gonna do? Which is cool with me too. I want to see too.
That's what he's
That's
working.
what I'm
He's
saying.
No, but you
That's
keep
literally what I've
lumping
been saying the whole time. Memory.
No, but you
That's
keep
literally what I've
lumping
been
Project
saying.
2025. I'm
I'm
not
I'm
dead
allowed to bring up Project 2025. I
because
said that I
it
don't know
doesn't
what
have
it
anything
is.
to do with him.
You keep trying to. This is what you're doing. Hold on, Cuddy. This is what you're doing. Because me and you don't know each other. This is what you're doing. I'm observing and listening to everything that you're saying. What you're trying to do is just trying to argue with me about this 2025 shit. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't even know what it is.
So
I
don't
just
say
told
what you
that.
don't know. That's what I'm saying.
I
That's
told
my
you I
point.
don't know what it is. So why
So
in the
don't
fuck
mention
would I
it.
go in depth about some shit that I don't know what it is?
So
Because
don't
that's
mention
stupid.
it.
I'm not
he-
going
Why
to-
are you
I'm
getting
not
so
gonna have no
emotional
deep-ass
over something
conversation
you
about
don't
something
know?
I don't even know what it is.
Everybody calm down. That's
Why
probably
is he getting emotional about something he doesn't know? That sounds like a
No, he's
commitment
not
to
getting
me.
emotional. He
I'm
said
not getting
20.
emotional.
is.
You keep trying to say
2025.
I don't understand
He
something. I
said
just told you I didn't know what it
2025
is.
fantasy league. You locked in on it, and he's trying to tell you that he just said it just to say whatever it is. Like I'm telling you, whatever it is.
I
Project
understand
20
the
Yeah, I
English
don't know
language.
the
What I'm
fuck it
saying is
That's
just
what I'm
separate the
saying. You
two.
start rambling about some other shit. I literally don't even know what you're talking about at this point. I'm starting to get confused. All I
You
was
brought
saying,
up Project
whatever
2025.
project, this is what I was saying, Memo. Whatever Project 2025 is, whatever it is, we're gonna see if it's real or not. That's
Right,
all
if it's
I
all
said.
bullshit,
I
and
don't
if
know what it
if
is.
it's all bullshit in 4
I
years,
read
and
it.
he didn't do none of that shit, we know it's bullshit.
Well, why
If-
can't I protect my own perspective? And that's what I'm saying. You say what you
Nobody's
say.
attacking your
Nobody's
perspective, so there's no
okay.
need to protect.
I
your
never say to
perspective
attack.
because
I
nobody's
never say.
attacking
Excuse
you,
me. I
Memo.
never say that. See, I never said
Nobody's
attack.
attacking you.
I never said the word attack. I said I don't know why I can't protect my perspective. You said what you said, and I feel like I would be a hypocrite if I don't correct this because I'm talking about
What are you
medias.
talking-
I'm talking about medias that do disinformation. So I just wanted to tack on that there is no Project 2025 for Trump. That's all I want to say.
And that's fine.
Period. That's it. Done.
This is what I'm
That's
saying.
it.
What I'm saying
That's
is I don't know what you're
Next.
talking about.
That's
That's what
fine.
I'm saying. That's all
And
I'm
then
saying,
you know-
Memo. You're confusing.
That's fine. You said what you said, and why can I say what I said? You said what I
Yeah,
said.
No, you can say
And
whatever
I
you want.
ended
That
with
ain't
what
what
I
I'm
said,
saying.
that there is no Project 2025. We can leave it like that.
And that's your opinion. I don't know what it is, so I can't say that. I
And
don't know
that's
what
fair.
it is. That's what I'm saying.
And that is fair. That's why I say into this microphone to whoever's listening, they can research it.
What the
I
hell's
already,
going
listen, Memo,
on
I
right
literally just
now?
read it. I literally just read it before I called this man. Okay.
I
just
have been
read it.
reading it 24
Yeah.
and 25.
That's cool.
Everybody, forget Project 2025.
Yeah, we don't
We
even
gonna
care about
segue
that
on.
shit.
We gonna segue on to another aspect of what's going on. Now, do you think that with what's happening politically and socially, and with the change that's going on, do you think that is why we're seeing it being harder for people to communicate and find ways of looking for the middle ground because we're so stuck in the mud? I'm wanting things to get better, but from what I know of Donald Trump, I don't see him as gonna be the one to start leading us all into singing Kumbaya. And so how can we, I'll start ladies first. I'll start with you, Memo. How do you think the MAGA crowd can best bridge the divide without feeling a need to defend themselves, celebrate or gloat? You got the mandate. And how do you bridge the divide? Or do you think it's time for you to just push with your agenda, headward long? You got the debate. If people don't like it, that'll be all right.
Can you expound on what divide we're talking about?
The social divide. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people. Like I told you, I'm not as butthurt as some people because I wasn't going to vote for Trump regardless. I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Donald Trump couldn't wash windows, but that's my personal opinion. And so some people, like, they're really hurt politically, and so like we don't want any of this to break down into any sort of extremism where people are feeling forever alienated You know, if you want to get dual nationalism and lead a country, let's just do that because you want to travel. Let's not do this because somebody you didn't like is in the White House.
Right.
You feel that?
Absolutely. And that's the thing. This is all I'm trying to say. You know, I don't know what a lot of this stuff is because I don't buy into that shit. I don't believe none of it. I'm the type of person I am. Okay, because I live outside of the matrix. Like Memo said, a lot of that shit that they put on the news, that shit's fake as fuck. It's fake. And it's on there to induce panic. So because it's on there to induce panic, I'm not gonna pay attention to it. I may look at it, I may read it, I may study it, right? But I'm not gonna let it affect my life and affect what I got going on. You know, I'm gonna see what's going to happen. I'm that type of person. I let shit play out. Okay, we could talk about Project 2025 all goddamn day, but like I said, I don't know what that shit is. We're gonna have to see what's going on. We don't know what Trump has planned. We will see what Trump has planned, with what he actually does. I don't give a fuck about what a nigga says out of his mouth. That's another problem that Americans have. They care about what these niggas say out their mouth, but then they don't never do none of the shit that they say. I want to see what this man's gonna do. Fuck what he talking about. Fuck his rallies. I don't care about none of that shit. Well, let's see what he gonna do.
Project 2025.
Yeah, all that shit. That's what we said. Fuck Project.
We don't care about none of that shit. We don't care about any of it. We don't care about any of it.
As somebody who doesn't support the man and anything, I wouldn't support this. I wouldn't support Donald J. Trump in a thumb wrestling contest.
100%. Fuck Project 2025. Fuck it.
Thank you. He's got the mandate, so fuck what everyone's talking about.
Yeah, let's just see what he's going to do as a president. We don't care about
nobody argued
that propaganda shit. We don't care about none of that shit that they make up. What we say is we just want to see what he does in office.
You notice what just happened? You have three people who are actually agreed, but this has become such a thing that we can't even agree agreeably because we're agreeing, but we are agreeing trying to defend our path of coming to the same conclusion of fuck it, let's see.
Yeah, no, fuck it. Remember, we on the same page.
I look at this.
I've never been on a different page. I've never been on a different page. I just, you know, when people
no, but that's what I'm saying. You feel like you want to defend. You want to defend the whole project because you want.
I don't want to defend it, but I'm sick and tired of the disinformation. That's all.
All I said was, but all I think was though, memo. Let me say this. Okay, let me say this. This is what all I said was I didn't know what it was. Memo, I read it for
it's
months.
Water under the bridge. I'm not worried about it. I'm seriously cool.
All I'm saying, but this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Though, just listen to me. Just listen. All I'm saying is that me and Cuddy don't care about the shit. We don't care about it, right? The only thing that matters is what a person actually does, and that goes.
The only thing that matters is Trump about to pardon Diddy. Trump about to pardon Diddy.
No.
Diddy gone. Diddy ain't coming.
No, get Diddy in there.
I'm about to pardon Diddy for New York City.
Keep the diddler in there.
One for the team.
Now, Memo, would you still support Trump if the first thing he does is say after he takes his
I would call him crazy. I would be upset.
Hey, he gonna let that nigga Diddy go. Diddy is my friend.
I don't have an allegiance, and that's why we're here. If you ask about the divide, it's because people are so gung ho.
Diddy's my good friend. He's a good man.
No,
great guy.
That's some BS. I'll be the first to say that's some BS.
Jeffrey Epstein introduced me to him at this one time at a party. I really should.
Yeah, we had a great conversation. You know, it was just about
the girls. Oh my God, the girls. Now, Puffy, that's a real man. You seen him in the showers? Oh my God.
I'll be mad. Because it'll be like weird. Like, why would you do that? I'll be out here protesting with the other girls, with the feminist movement.
So your mind's made up that there's no hyperbole or there's no gas on these Diddy allegations. He's a monster who belongs where he belongs.
I honestly don't know. Like, I don't like to feel strongly about things, and that's the other thing. I don't have an allegiance to anything and anyone. Why? So that I could be on the internet crying? I don't know, because it's so dark. It's so dark. A part of me knows that Diddy did what most of these white people do with money. Um, I haven't really read anything that's tangible. I mean, I'm seeing all these witnesses coming forward.
I really think the Diddy thing is just a hyper example, a super example of how black male sexuality is still policed by others. And I always tell, like Cuddy will tell you, since he was a young man, I've always, you got to be real careful out here because, you could be playing with this girl on consensual freak shit, but when the story gets told, that's you who looks like the wild boy.
Yeah. I mean, like I saw the video with Cassie. That's crazy. That is domestic battery, abuse, or etc. But the thing is,
I'm not going to dispute the ass whooping and the dragging down the hallway.
Right.
We're both adults. Remember, we're both adults. Was he really trying to beat her ass or grab that bag up out her hand that she was trying to leave with? You saw that video. What was in that bag? What was in that bag?
It just feels like everything that seems to be sometimes is not. What in the world is going on?
Right. It was deeper than rap. That's all I'm not trying. I've always told people, I will not excuse Diddy, Rabbit, none of these people, Rock Kelly, Cosby, none of them. Because if they was wilding, they was wilding. And if they was out of control like that, they need to be off the streets because, first of all, I have a couple general rules when it comes to human sexuality, and it's all things, because, what I'm saying, no incest, no bestiality, everything consensual. And then it's all adults, okay? You keep the goddamn kids out of this. I don't believe in sexualizing the kids in no way. That's why I don't believe in doing all this gender fluid and all like that. Listen, let this kid figure out whether or not he's straight or gay, like people had to, for thousands of years, somewhere in their teens and 20s.
I think the thing with Diddy,
when a little motherfucker 5 and 8, he needs to be working on his goddamn math and in coloring and learn how to wash his ass without being told to. You know what I'm saying? Does it feel me, Memo?
I feel you. Children should have a childhood. They should.
Yeah,
they should experience.
and that's why I think the whole fucking shit with Dwayne Wade is so fucking weird.
Well, yeah, because I don't believe that. I don't believe that because don't do that to that kid. Don't do that to that kid.
That shit's low key. Like if any of this stuff, right? If any of this stuff that we're talking about is triggering, it has to be that Dwayne Wade shit. Because let that little boy be a little man. He don't know what the fuck he talking about.
Well, here's my thing. You've heard me say it a million times, and you probably have at least a couple thousand, Memo. I said it ad nauseum, and I keep saying it. Why can't that kid be straight? Okay, all right, that little girl is athletic. She's a little taller, and she's got a little brick house build, you know what I'm saying, than most average girls, but that doesn't mean that she's a lesbian. Okay, all right, that boy likes tap dance. He a little soft-spoken, a little introverted. That don't mean he like boys, but in our society is now, that kid, just because he will be displaying those sort of personality traits at age 7 through 9, if he displays that anywhere from the age of 7 to 9, Memo, you know what I'm talking about, whether white, black, whatever, within Western society, how do most adults start teaching him and start treating him? They'll start trying to do things that if you realize these are little subliminal cues telling them, oh, it's all right to be gay. We know you're gay. It's okay. And that boy ain't gay. That boy has no concept of sex to where, like I used to tell my son when he was growing up, boy, there's going to be a time in your life where your body's going through changes. You're going to be in the middle of math class and you're going to get hard as diamond for no reason. There is nothing sexy about no geometry or no integers. But you know what I'm saying? And if you got all these people saying in your mind, oh, well, maybe it's because of this and maybe it's that. You're a kid, you're going to say, well, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
This is a deep conversation.
Right. Instead of just understanding that, you 13, 14, 15 years old, you're turned on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we gotta do better. We gotta do better with that stuff. No, I'm saying as humans.
Like Memo as a female, like even deeper, like Memo as a female, you may have grew up around a lot of sisters to where you weren't around a lot of men. You know what I'm saying? To where when you get to that age where you're entering womanhood, you're not really comfortable around the other sex. Does that mean you're lesbian or bisexual?
Not necessarily.
Exactly, but how most Western society is when they start seeing those character traits out of you and seeing that you prefer to socialize amongst your own gender, how will most people start treating you with those subliminal cues and, oh, it's okay. It's like, maybe she's just a little awkward. Maybe she, she's a late bloomer to talking to guys. That doesn't mean she's, what I'm saying, over there. In society, we're too quick to try to throw these labels on people at a time when my point is, when people are still trying to figure themselves out, all we're doing is trying to put a label on them.
Right.
Well, that's what they be doing, and that's how I feel like that's what they did with Dwayne Wade's son. Like, he may, excuse me, I'm sorry. Yeah, he may not be trying to dunk, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? He might want to play the piano. You know what I mean? That may be his thing. You feel me? And I just feel like they've groomed him, man.
Well, I don't. Here's my thing. And I feel you said what you said, and I ain't even gonna correct you in no way. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to speak on that particular situation because at the end of the day, that is another black man's family. That is another man's family, and that is the choice that he made. And if him and his family want to move it that way, I wouldn't be the proud American I am if I was to interject myself into his four walls of peace. You know what I'm saying? And trying to tell his wife how to butter the toast. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta check myself. As much as I want to agree with you, I'm not gonna go down.
I feel you. No, I feel you absolutely. I feel you. Because we have my own family. No, I feel you absolutely.
I go come kicking in your door and telling your old lady how to butter her toast. You know what I'm saying? That crazy.
Yeah. Like, nigga, hey, everything y'all doing in here is wrong.
Man.
We ain't gonna
you going up and down, bitch. You going to go side to side. Who trained you, bitch? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I feel like both parties need to stop.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Republicans get out of people's house. Okay, if they live by the coast and they likes, you know what I'm saying? If she likes sucking D and eating pee at the same damn time, and that's what her husband does too, and they do that on Tuesdays, and that's their business.
Like, I give you an example, Cuddy. Like, me and Cuddy ain't talking in a couple days. I've been working and stuff.
Man, yeah, remember we on these ass, man. Clean up what you're about to say now. Just make sure.
Oh, no. This ain't nothing crazy. So, this is about the Democrats, man. And this shit was so funny because I'm upstairs asleep, right? I work midnight, so I'm upstairs asleep. The Democrat people come to my party because I guess I have registered to vote. And the Democrat people come to the porch and stuff, and they all on the porch. They like, they knock on the door. Alyssa answers the door. She's like, the lady was like, yeah, is Andre here? She's like, yeah, he here. She was like, can I talk to him? She's like, he's upstairs asleep. She's like, yeah, but like, can I talk to him? And when Alyssa told me, I'm like, lady, didn't she just tell you I was asleep? So you think that I'm about to? You think I'm about to?
She didn't take the hint. She just tried to put the press down.
She tried to put the press down. Like, lady, did my woman not just tell you that I was asleep? You think that she's gonna come up here and wake me up so we can talk about Kamala?
Yeah, fuck out of here.
Bitch, you must be crazy.
Start throwing shit at you. Start throwing these.
Exactly. Bitch, you must be. If you don't get the fuck off my porch,
off my property,
Junior.
Bitch, you better get off
my porch, Glorilla Junior.
Hey, I ain't even gonna lie. I know it's completely off base. I'm just being I'm keeping it 100. Man, people don't understand. My life's a movie. It ain't about me. A lot of the crazier things I'm saying actually be more truthful than I even be letting on. But I had this thing, Memo. I had this thing where I trained all the Jehovah's Witnesses and all the little whatevers and the little canvassers in this when I used to live in Jamestown, you know what I'm saying, and back in my city. Shout out to Warren City. But yeah, when I lived in the old Jamestown homes, yo, man, I'd strip butt booty ass and answer that door sometimes, man. Like I'm talking about, man. Man, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like me and his dad, man. Rest in peace, Big Addy. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Addy. Like you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Like we that, you know, for real. Me and my older cousin, we had this little game where we'd always be laughing, telling stories. Because when we lived together, you know what I'm saying, we'd be doing stuff because he had a pet gator at one time and everything like that. Where yeah, you knew better just to come knocking at our door or some shit. We might let the gator loose on here. Get your ass out of here.
I just thought, you know, and I bring that up because I just thought that was crazy. You want to wake me up out of my sleep, out of my good rest, to talk about Kamala Harris? Bitch, you crazy. You got me fucked up. I don't know which one I think this is. Yeah, that shit pissed me off all the way.
Now, do you think Trump supporters wouldn't have knocked at your door?
Do I think
they just knocked on your door because you're registered as somebody who leans Democrat or something?
Honestly, I don't know what the fuck they would have did to my door. I don't know what they would have did to my door. Nigga,
they'd have put a cross on the front lawn.
Hey, I don't know what the niggas would have did to my door. Just judging off of.
I'm playing. These are jokes. These are all jokes.
These are all jokes, folks. Them niggas might have been like it's Andre Carter here, and she would have been like, yeah, they'd be like, move, bitch. You said he in there asleep. Hey, nigga, wake your ass up and go vote right now. I come around and tell her, what the fuck? Yeah, niggas go vote. And then they just run out the house. So, you know, I don't know what they would have did. You know, they probably would have did some shit like that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to have like I said, they were trying to have a little concert on my shit, on my porch and shit. You know, I wasn't really feeling that. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck off my porch.
Well, you know, that's that old school canvassing where, you know, I remember when I was younger and, you know, people don't understand. Like, I've always been involved in the political process. I am a weird dude like that. I've been civic minded. I always tell the story. On my 18th birthday, I woke up, thank God. Sounds crazy. Don't laugh at me, Memo. Don't judge me. I love you. I thank God, and I rolled me about 2-3 blunts, and I went for a walk. And I walked, smoking. I went smoking and walking, and true story, I walked straight to the post office and registered for selective service and registered to vote. That was the first thing I did on my 18th birthday. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't one of them dudes who had to get told or nothing like that. No, I went and made that happen. And since my birthday is in late October, I, you know, later on that day, I made my way down to the polls and I voted for the first time in my life. And I cast my first vote for a couple, it was like a local election. And I'll never forget, the first person I ever voted for was Tim.
I got a question for Memo.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know how you feel about this, but like I have a very strong opinion on this.
Mm-hmm.
As a black people, okay, as a black people,
as an African American in America,
I think that we should vote. You know, I don't give a fuck who you vote for. That's not my business. But I think that we should vote. Because I think these motherfuckers be forgetting that there was a time when we weren't allowed to vote.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time when we was looked down upon, and now our vote is the strongest. You know, that shit pisses me off, honestly. Like, when people be like, oh, well, I ain't voting. Nigga, you sound stupid. You ain't got to vote for Trump. You ain't got to vote for Kamala. Just vote, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Your great-great-great-granddaddy couldn't vote. They told that nigga he was stupid and he couldn't read. So he wasn't allowed to vote.
Right.
You know, I just got a very strong opinion on that stuff. That's why I will never in my life attack somebody for who they vote for. That's their motherfucking business. It ain't your business to be trying to tell them and argue with them about who they voted for.
Right. The only, as you know, Cuddy, the only time I really start turning up on anybody on any political discourse or debate is if you're giving me all this vim and verb and your monkey ass ain't gonna vote, or you know what I'm saying, or something like that.
Hey, niggas talking crazy as hell. Ain't gonna go down there.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Tell me you voted, man.
Faking ass.
Man, tell me you voted, because like this shit a lot. Like this like, you know, especially like, you know, Memo, you know how you be getting into conversations where you about to get out of character ready to cuss them off, but like, man, you know, you gotta stop yourself. Like, what? Are you even voting?
Niggas be saying crazy. Niggas be saying crazy as shit, not voting. Niggas on that bitch talking about some, yeah, bro. I seen Trump eat 2 cats and dogs from my own eyes, bro. Nigga, what the fuck is this?
That's too funny.
I seen Trump do what, nigga?
Right.
Yeah, bro. I swear to God, I seen him. He did it. He ate it. And then he threw it. I don't know. I just know I ain't voting for him. So did you vote? No, bro. I ain't fucking voting, bro. That shit's stupid. Like, man, you niggas some hooligans, man.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of wild work, man. Like, but hey, you know, I would expect nothing less. Hey, can we take a moment right now and everybody, can we just salute, puff up salute? Where my lighter at? Let me put it up in the air. Shout out to 2024. Holy Harry Balls Batman. Woo! Wow.
Absolutely.
Has this been a year, Memo?
It has been a year. It has been a year.
Cuddy cut. Oh my God. Hey.
It's been a year, my baby. It's been a year. It's been one of them.
Lot of savage, supreme savagery. Oh yeah.
Now it's funny. It's funny for us three because now we get to just sit back and just watch shit just get weird because these motherfuckers is about to be acting a fool.
Right, and I was ready for it to be over. Honestly, with this election stuff, I was like, just hurry up and be over.
Well, the thing is that people don't understand, and I'm gonna say this. Now, I ain't defending Trump supporters. I ain't defending Trump. One thing I did notice about these Kamala ass niggas now. These niggas some hypocrites. These niggas is some hypocrites. You feel me?
You saying hippopotamuses?
Hey, these niggas hippopotamus, man. Hey, Kamala ass lost, she ain't come to speak. You feel me? That shit was weak as hell. You feel me? Then, nigga, I wake up from my nap and y'all all on this bitch talking shit. Talking about you don't want to be my friend. Well, nigga, fuck you then. So I voted for, nigga. Nigga, fuck you.
Hey,
you want my friend anyway then.
Hey, she wanted motherfuckers to wait out in the cold and stay in line and do all this. Bitch won't even come out. Like this when me and Memo was
like, come outside and use her mouth.
And left them hanging.
She didn't send Dougie or nothing. She sent some old random nigga in a tan suit with a little Billy D process.
And Cuddy, that nigga came out there like, yeah,
I thought he was gonna lead a benediction. I thought he was gonna lead a benediction and pass the plate.
I'm sorry, y'all. Kamala said she ain't coming. Everybody can go home now. She ain't coming.
Sometime tomorrow. We're gonna get with her.
Lady, I just said she ain't coming. Everybody go home.
She was doing shit like that the whole campaign, not to shit on her, but to keep it all the way motherfucking 1,000. She was doing that shit like that damn Beyonce concert. That nigga stopped. Hey, man, we got Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion and everybody twerking and doing all some more crazy shit. And let me at least get a do I Diddy. Let me get a from Beyonce out this bitch. Can I get the little hand shit? You feel what I mean?
A little performance, one song, one selection.
Yeah, let me get one of them little let me get a little Tina Turner little shit. You know what I'm saying? Wear that little dress where you can get your little goddamn nut bush.
I ain't gonna lie to you, nigga. I don't understand why niggas thought she was gonna win. I'm still lost.
I gave it my vote so I could say, you know what? Not only did I take my part in my civic duty, but I did not waste my vote.
When did you think she wasn't going to win? Like all along, or?
Man, as soon as that bitch started, it was 72 to fucking 24. I know that bitch was losing. Oh my mama.
I am black. I talked to Mark Nash about this. I had to go to the
no, they was swooping her ass.
I had to go down to the place where they was doing the early voting. See, I voted early on the first day that we was allowed to in Ohio, October 6th. And a little bit after that, shortly up, you know what I'm saying, around my birthday, the end of the month, I had to go back down there to get a new ID card and all that crazy stuff. And I was peeping the energy. Like, I pretty much had my suspicions against Joe. And then when they just threw Kamala in, like you, I said, well, that's not conventional. So that's gonna bother some people. And then I know it's Kamala, so it's like, well. So when that happened, I took a step back. But when I left after getting my new ID, it was like, yeah, this bitch about to lose. But I still voted for her. But I still voted for her. Why? Because I don't jump shit. I stayed down. Fuck
Hey, that nigga Cuddy knew her ass about to lose. That shit funny.
Hey man, you know them situations where you be trying to ride with your guy, but you be like you driving on the way to the meeting, the place y'all supposed to meet up with the ops,
right. And
you just be looking at your homie like he about to get beat up. I'm gonna end up having to jump in. I already see this nigga. I can see he nervous. God,
he the whole time like, yeah man, this bitch ass nigga. That nigga
he trying to hype himself up.
Whoop this nigga.
Yeah, he trying to hype himself up, but you notice that he hitting that blunt a little too much. You're like, bro, you about to be fucking in about 3 minutes. You might want to get your win.
Hey, he hit the blunt to the point where he like, hey, cuz, you gonna pass that?
Yeah, he nervous in the moment. Like, yeah, we about to have to jump in. I already know this. Hey, cuz, give me an extra clip. I already know how this goes. I already know. Buddy gonna go out there and get knocked the fuck out. He ain't gonna make it.
Bro, he's gonna make it. He got me crying, bro, because this is exactly how this election went, bro.
Yeah. I knew she was going to, but look, I just wanted to see if she's going to be a punk. And honestly, I feel like she blinked. I feel like, one with the campaign, you can talk about, oh, well, she came in last minute. You knew this old motherfucker wasn't going to cross the finish line. You know what I'm saying? So wagging a finger to the Democrats because you should have pulled Joe earlier and gave her time. Wagging a finger to the Democrats because he was supposed to be, when he got inaugurated, Joe said he was going to be a one-term president. That meant that, you know what, Kamala, whether you was ready or not, you needed to be the face and front and center of damn near any and everything, or right there with it, to where it can present itself as a consistent regime that, yeah, I know I'm old and I know I said I'm being a one-term president, but look, I'm putting shit in place. Here goes my vice president, and she's competent, and to where the play's already just there. You know what I'm saying? Like right. That's what they're moving like they did all these things. You feel what I'm saying, Artie? Yeah. They moving like they did these things, but they didn't do them.
Hey, this is a perfect example of you going to fight Mike Tyson. Okay? You've been training. Like, yeah, I know he throw this one punch. Hey, Cuddy, I know he throw this one punch. You know what I'm saying? See, when he throw this one punch, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna hit him with this.
And that's the whole plan. You had nothing else going on.
Yeah.
He throws more than one punch, my nigga. All of them hurt. All of them hurt. Every single one, my boy. You don't need this.
When he throw this one punch, I'm gonna hit him with this.
Change your order right now. You don't want that.
I'm gonna be the baddest man on the planet after I hit his ass with this one punch.
I'm gonna get his ass. Overhand.
Hey, that's what they trying to do with Trump, man. That shit was funny as I'm gonna hit his ass with this one punch. Well, here's the thing. These black folks, we giving them money.
Well, I think also both Hillary and Kamala and Joe, they ran against him, the man. You have my vote for that because I don't like him, like I said. Okay? All right now, if it is Donald Trump versus Master Splinter, the rats got my vote. I got more, he was able to teach those damn turtles ninja.
He taught them turtles a bunch of shit, nigga. He gave them niggas the
game. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get a rat a shot. You know what I'm saying? He's showing that's more than concepts.
He gave them niggas some game. Them niggas was whooping niggas' ass. That shit was crazy.
But Bussy.
Hey, shout out Master Splinter, man. That nigga Master Splinter going crazy. Nigga, if he can train him, that nigga can do anything he wants.
Like, yeah, the resume speaks for itself. He's gonna be like the rat. It's gonna be like, hey, watch your mouth around there. That's my friend Splinter. Hey, watch out. Hey, Splinter, let me know if he bothers. Hey, let me
Yo, B. Hey, niggas walking the spot like, hey, yo, B. That nigga's a fucking rat. Hey, yo, nigga, watch your mouth, yo.
Watch your mouth. That's an honorable rat. That's an honorable rat.
Niggas a W in here, yo. Watch your mouth, nigga.
You show some respect. You show some respect to that rat right there.
No, that nigga's a rat, B. He's a fucking rat.
Hey, take him outside. Take him outside. You get drunk outside with a bad rat. I'm trying to tell you.
Bro,
you gotta respect that
so
resume.
funny,
Splinter was the one. Splinter was the one.
Splinter was the fucking one, B. Shit crazy, bro.
I can't with you. But in all seriousness, but just because I feel that way, and you got my vote, you have a lot of Americans who it's like, okay, well, you know, like, okay, you got your plan, and this guy's got his plan.
Right.
And so they baked so much about, well, he's an amoral man and blah, blah, blah. And he acted like they're acting in all three elections. The Democrats approached Donald Trump like we really are just such a moral country. Like somebody who lacks morals, principles, and integrity is really going to be that distasteful to the American populace. One, they forget the history of this country, which seems to always favor scumbag. Where if the scumbag is just the right type of scumbag, he'll walk out of this stainless and saintly.
Absolutely.
So why wouldn't people look at a person like Donald Trump and say, well, at least I know who I'm dealing with. You guys,
I'm glad
you guys are lying to me. I know you're lying to me.
Yeah.
You know that I know that you're lying to me.
Yeah.
Yet you continue to lie to me.
I'm so glad you said that, because me and this white dude was talking at work.
Okay.
He's like, man, neither one of them motherfuckers know what they talk about. And I told him, I said, I know. I said,
Yo, you there?
You know, we know what we get with Trump.
Yeah. I didn't go out for a little bit. Say that last part again. Adi, you're going in and out right now.
We know what we get with Trump.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. It's going. Yeah. It's like your signals get lost. I don't know.
Unless it's fucking touching me. But yeah, what's it called? We know what we get with Trump. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't gonna be no surprise. We know what he gonna be on. Kamala, like I said, Kamala tried to reinvent herself this whole fucking campaign, and that shit did not work.
And then there was a lot of things that were just taken for granted, and they just assumed. Obama's speech was very telling. All right, okay, Mr. First Black President of the United States. That don't make you my daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't one of these Negroes with your picture on my wall. I'm proud of you. I had a T-shirt with your picture on it. I voted for you twice. But as far as you telling me who to vote for, you can chill the fuck out, Barry. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand, and it's even like, say, a state like Ohio, which is a red state, but, in the urban areas, it's very Democratic leaning. Yeah. But people don't understand the type of people in Ohio. I'm about personal freedoms. You're going to have to respect this Ohio within me, and to where the minute you start telling me what to do, I'm going to tell you what you can do with yourself.
Don't fuck yourself, man. Don't try to tell me what to do, nigga.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you know what? Barack, nigga, you ain't even more influential than Master Splinter, nigga.
You might as well shut the fuck up.
Yeah, right
nigga.
about now.
You ain't even fucking with my nigga Madison Splitter, nigga.
Right. It's been a couple years since.
Teach no turtles how to bang, nigga.
Yeah. He ain't, and they was banging 4 different sets, all working in unison.
And they was all cool, nigga. What are you talking about, nigga?
Man, respect Splinter. Respect Splinter. Splinter was out here.
What's wrong
And
with you, Obama? Don't tell me
Obama,
what
you
to
ain't
do,
been
nigga.
hot. And Obama ain't been hot for years. You know what I'm saying? Splinter's been popping since the 90s. Non-stop. It's been
Nigga, I don't
popping.
care about that phone you gave us, nigga. I ain't used that bitch.
He been shot calling and pushing the line since the 90s.
Fucking
Whole
nigga,
Foot Clan. Ain't nobody touching him. He
Bro,
the only one. He the only one that Shredder get tense around.
When you said that shit, bro, that shit had me crying tears, bro. I was literally this bitch wipe my eyes, bro. That shit was so funny, bro. Cause I'm like Magic Splitter really one of them niggas where like niggas be calling that nigga a rat and be like, hey, yo, B, watch your mouth, yo.
Hey, that's not a rat. That's a rodent. You watch out.
It's a rodent, nigga. Say it right. What the fuck is wrong with you? That's the thing about Obama. Like, I mean, I don't know, man, with Obama, because it's like,
it's wild, right? It's wild.
Yeah, like, I ain't gonna say too much about that shit. You know what the fuck I'm saying. Like, man, nigga.
But listen, man, look, we talking about the future and expectations. Because here's my thing. I see the game getting out of crack. You know what I'm saying? It's been out of sorts, but I know the fuckery's getting real. We about to go into overdrive. We almost done with phase 1.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We almost done with phase 1, about to transition into some whole other oogly boogity. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And so you can only control yourself at the end of the day. Right? Am I tripping? You know what I'm saying? I can try to do this, I can say this, I can set all these things up, and at the end of the day, I can only control myself and how I react to how things play out. So collectively, how are we moving out here? Like I seen a story. I don't know if you've seen it. And prayers up to OG Buckshot from you know what I'm saying, Duck Down. Buckshot, you know, founding member of Black Moon, you know, boot camp clip. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've seen it, but yeah, the young boys did them dirty, man. They did them dirty, man. They, you know what I'm saying? They went on and bit them up pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They snacked on him and, you know, got him in the hospital. You know, he doing better. He recouping, but, you know, and in real time when it happened, you know, like a week ago or so, you know, they thought he was fighting for his life. But the foul thing is that, you know, when the boys was, it happened in Flatbush too. It happened in Flatbush on some nip to crib. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then basically it's came out that, like, you know, he had a property and he had squatters in the property. You know how New York's crazy with that. You know what I'm saying? Even the rats got squatters' rights. You know what I'm saying? New York crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to anybody who's, you know what I'm saying, just trying to survive in New York City because the Yiddy is crazy. Oh my God, the Yiddy is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Thank God I'm in Ohio. But and so apparently the story is he, you know, hey, you know, he trying to get the squatters up out the joint. It's been long and a protracted dispute. And so he's down there physically, things escalate. And you know, boys back him out. We have accounts that it was just one young dude who did it. We have accounts that he was jumped, weapons. But we do have video because I guess after it happened, people knowing it's Buckshot and everything, they all on for the gram. They got him looking like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not showing it and I'm not bigging it up. But, you know, they put footage of the guy out there on some Walking Dead zombie, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Yeah, on some TV. Right, yeah, did Buck the so dishonorable. Did him the real dirtball, right? And he end up in there. Then I bring that up to say, yo, this the time we had, like, cats be like, yo, we need to tap in with the community. You know, men and women need to get together. The elders need to start getting with the youth. The youth need to start getting with the elders and listen, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, you'd be wondering why, like, a lot of us 40, 50 years old, like, nah, we ain't really dealing with certain youngins because some of these youngins just gonna crash out for the crash.
I was about to say that. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Like I'm a speaking on that, I'm gonna add to that.
Go ahead, man.
I was on the phone with one of my steppers, and he was telling me like, yeah, man.
Plainly, man, no pork, man.
No. I ain't saying nothing crazy.
Yeah.
He was telling me that you know, because we was talking about life and shit, and you know, I was just checking on him. That's little bro. So you know, I was telling him, I'm like, you know, make sure you staying out the way, bro. You know, make sure you get this money. You know, fuck all the other shit. And he was telling me, yeah, bro, I'm on what you on, bro. He said, I had to get away from niggas, bro. He said, I was around some niggas. He said, I was around this one nigga. He was talking about he wanted to smoke his mom.
Yeah, it'd be real.
And I'm like, nigga, what? And I bring that up because, like you just said, I'm adding on to literally what you just said, where you said some of these young niggas, nah, forget these niggas, man. Them niggas gone. Ain't no helping them niggas. Ain't no helping them niggas, bro.
Hey, man. Hey, what I tell you, well, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I tell all the youngins this, man, look, and before I say this, let me give the disclaimer, no, I'm not no Christian. You know what I'm saying? But the story I'm telling comes from the Abrahamic tradition. Because in the story of Noah, as you know, Noah built the ark. People always forget one key factor of that story. At some point, that man was looking people straight in the eyes as they was drowning, and he closed the door of that ark. We all can't make it, my baby. More of the story. So, you know, that sometimes you got to just realize what it is. And, you know, if the whole point of living is longevity and trying to survive and, you know, being prosperous and having your prosperity and your progeny be in a better situation than you was in, some of the things that you may be fond of and came up with, they're going to have to at some point get shed. You know, everything can't go.
Absolutely.
Everything can't go. You know, even snakes shed their skin once a year. They whole damn body. They ain't even got arms or legs, but the whole thing just got to go once a year.
All of it.
You know what I'm saying? And so, like, and sometimes it ain't always got to be negative.
Right.
It ain't got to be like, oh man, well, you know, I'm on this level right now, and you know, these brothers beat me, and so I need to elevate and be on to some more on my level. Sometimes it's like, yo, I'm just moving in this direction.
Right.
And sometimes it doesn't have to be conflict. Back to what I was saying with memory not too long ago, earlier in the show, was, you know, I don't think I'm cool with anybody. I don't care what our relation is. I don't think I'm cool with anyone until we disagree. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to let you know everything.
Absolutely.
You know, I can say, hey, that's what this person's on, and still love you. You know, to the Abrahamic tradition, Abraham and his cousin Lot, when it got to the point where they're living amongst each other, because Lot's a man of his own, he's got slaves, he's got whatever, but Abraham's still the head, the man of this tribe. It got to the point, instead of arguing with him, he said, hey, cousin, you go your way, I go mine. I love you. And the minute, and every time Lot was in trouble, who was the first one to go try to get him, or on his knees praying to the Most High about that? Because they didn't leave in hate. It's all good. Sometimes you got to understand we all can't go, is my point. Back to even this politics things, we got to understand, hey, Maka won. Hey, I didn't vote for the motherfucker.
Right.
But he did.
Yeah,
I am 44 years old. Bless the Lord. Bless the Lord. I was 44 years old. And you know what? I ain't been 100% pleased with any of them motherfuckers in that damn White House long I've been alive.
Right, man. Right.
Not even Barack. You know what I'm saying? I put Barack in on the Black Petty. I was on the Black Petty. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. And it's messed up because, you know, I'm old enough to, you know what I'm saying, you know, to keep it real. Some of us, we voted for Barack almost like we was throwing him on the altar. Yeah, I know they're going to try and kill him, but you know what? It's got to be done. Be the first, Barack. Go and stick your head out there. Tell us it's safe. We understood. We understood what it was.
Absolutely.
We just knew that, hey, he's here. There was black folks who was going to do that for Jesse until he dropped out back in the 80s. Just because, hey, shit, you here, you know what, you going to get to vote.
We don't vote for this nigga.
You know, it wasn't like he was my guy. I still love him. Like, I'll tell you the truth, I didn't like the way he had to, you know what I'm saying, the money told him to step away from Jeremiah Wright. In my opinion, Jeremiah Wright didn't say nothing wrong. He said America can PhD. You know what I'm saying? And if that's what he wants America, if he wants America to worship him orally, no hands, lots of spit, until he good and ready, America. That's what that man wants. And if that's what's going to happen, him and America just need to negotiate a reasonably mutual price and make that happen. I don't need to know about it. It don't concern me.
I'm not business.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people's worried about too much about the weird people's political. Oh, well, this person's anti-Semite. And it's like, well, it's Mel Gibson. I'm sure he would have kept drinking. He would have said something about blacks eventually. I mean, okay.
Right.
Only when they do that lethal weapon reunion before one of these old motherfuckers die. You know what I'm saying? You want me to get excited about some Mel Gibson? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't talk to me about whatever racist stuff he tweeted or slurred out of his damn mouth. It's okay. He's drinking. It's Mel Gibson.
I think it's drunk.
He goes,
give a fuck.
What I was supposed to call him outside and whoop his ass? Well, I'm not now. Now I'm supposed to brag about beating up some old drunk. Like, it's Mel Gibson. He ain't, but he just speaking his mind. He drunk.
He drunk, man. He off that
He
liquor,
drunk.
man. Leave him alone.
Yeah. Give me a couple drinks. I'm gonna say some racist things. Hell, I'm still smoking. I'm surprised YouTube ain't kicked me off yet. Been on there 3 hours and almost 1 minute. 3 hours and 1 minute exactly. I'm surprised I'm still here.
Yeah.
Shit.
The only thing I want for people is I want people to chill out. Chill out. Calm down. Don't be so emotional. Everything gonna be all right.
It's gonna be okay, my baby. Look. Bless the Lord. Bless the Lord. It's gonna be okay, my baby.
Yeah, like, and I mean that with all my heart, because I've seen too many people in the last 24 hours crashing out, bro.
Yeah, man. Here's the thing, man. I get it. I understand. Let me repeat. I voted for Kamala. I don't like the motherfucker.
I don't like her ass either.
I was talking about Trump. I don't like neither of them. But I voted. And the vote is what the vote is. The opposition party, the vice president even conceded just a couple hours ago.
Nothing you can do about it. The work is fucking done. Chill the fuck out. And there's no amount of hate and anger that you're gonna spew that's gonna change that shit.
Yeah, it's it. And so the thing is, what now? That's why I titled these smoke signals that I'm putting in the air. Broadcasted live from the Chief's Cheeky. You know what I'm saying? And thank everybody for the sound of my voice who, you know what I'm saying, acknowledge the smoke signals. Because the question is, what now, my baby? Family, what are we going to do now? Are we going to mock people? Are y'all dancing in the street? Y'all on the ceiling like Turbo and fucking breaking, and Lionel Richie in the video just getting it in? Or y'all getting your plans together saying, like, because honestly, for better or worse, I would actually like that. With a mandate like this, let me know that y'all are sitting there locking in right now. I better not catch none of y'all motherfuckers out here trying to do a touchdown dance. Y'all better be ready to run up the scope.
Go get some money, man.
Go run up the scope. run up the scope politically, whatever. I personally think you're going to overreach, but I'm not going to wish no. As long as it's in the best interest of the American people and doesn't place me and my family and those I love in immediate danger, I'm a good sport. You got it. Go ahead and run with it. But here's the thing. This is yours. I was saying the memory earlier, Adi. I'm not mad because this is 100% Trump's creation now. You feel me?
Right.
However this go.
And that's all I was trying to say, you know. Like we don't know all of the stuff that's attached to his name, negative as far as him becoming the president, right? Which a big part of that is Project 2025, right? No matter what anybody says.
And it goes back before Project 2025 as far as him being a human being, but it's going to make your point. I'm sorry. I'm not.
No. You good. I'm only saying this because we don't know what a president. Let's not even say Trump. If Kamala would have won, I would say the same shit. Let's see what she's going to do. Let's see what he's going to do. Let's just see what the president is going to do. You know, there's no need to argue about Project 2025 and all this other stupid shit that I could give a fuck less about. Let's see what they're going to do. Keep it pushing. The only thing that you can possibly do with your life, get this money, take care of your family. Set them plays. It's that simple. Everything else is bullshit.
Right. I refuse to surrender my agency over to any one person, group of people, one mentality or platform. You know, within the multiverse, I am many things. I go by many names and I have many faces, but I am always that guy. I am always me, and what's mine is mine. And you know what I'm saying? On those things, we are not changeable, moldable, or adaptable. On certain things, we don't bend, we don't budge, you know. And that's why I can comfortably say, I'm all for it. As an American, I'm all for it. I'm all for moving forward.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. That's the thing. Like, no, just let the nigga rock out. Feel me? He won. You feel me? He won fair and square. Actually, he won. It was an ass whooping. Actually, it was Louis belt the ass. Louis Vuitton belt the ass. That's what that shit was.
Oh yeah, he whooped feet. He politically he whooped feet out here. He was whooped. Official foot whoop.
Feet bad. Like.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if this was something like that, yeah, he had her in the streets bad. He had her in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Wig all sideways and crazy. You know what I'm saying? Clothes ripped and torn, and you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. This was, and like you said, like when I looked up and it was like 34 to 124, I started saying by the time any of her states start coming in, he's already going to be at such a crazy number that any state that she's dependent on has to go her way. And you know, and shout out to the American people. This, you know, they said this is going to be long and drawn out. Hey, we took care of this one night, my baby. Can we get credit for that? Can America get credit for that? They said not today. They said not today. Listen, this is who we want. Come on, move on. Shit. Y'all ain't gonna be messing up the damn TV cycle because you talking about this damn who won the election and some court hearing or something like that during the Thanksgiving game. We trying to watch Detroit shit on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like it's wild. But you know, I digress. You know, I'll be having things that randomly come on my mind, and you know what I'm saying, randomly, you know, pop in there, and they get so heavy sometimes. I just want to put the smoke signals in the air, blow a few, talk with you, let you know where I'm at, but more importantly, to go on and, you know what I'm saying, get my toe in the water, and you know what I'm saying, check the temperature and see where you're at. so I can find that place where we can meet each other and get to that understanding. Because that's what it's all about, because we can know things, and that knowledge of things brings us into different experiences. And after a while, our individual experiences grants all of us certain levels of wisdom. But it's not until we are wise enough to humble ourselves and respect different perspectives and view things through that lens, whether we agree with them or disagree with them, but just understanding that true control is to acknowledge that you don't control anything other than yourself, and hardly that most times. That's when the understanding is there. That's that supreme understanding and that supreme station that I pray we all make one day at the finish line. Adi, I know you're probably doing some things, but I'm about to go on and end this. I did 3 hours, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of myself. I had something on my mind and said,
Proud of you, Cuddy. Proud of you, Cuddy.
Up 3 hour smoke
Happy
signals.
belated birthday to the king, man. Happy belated
Yeah.
birthday to a god, man. I want to
Yeah,
thank
man.
everybody who went out and voted, and made it a priority to go out there and vote. No matter who you voted for, no matter who you voted for, whether you voted independent, whether you voted for Trump, whether you voted for Kamala, Jill Stein, Robert Kennedy, the other candidates, you still went out there and voted. So give yourself a pat on the back for going out there and voting.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you played your part, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You already know if you in the sound of my voice, just remember that, it could be worse. So, you know what I'm saying? Instead of cursing the situation, feel blessed that you have an opportunity to do something about it and make the most of those opportunities. Because if I don't like the situation that I'm in, I'll do something to change that situation.
Absolutely.
You feel me? I don't sit there and blame other people or whatever. Now, I may acknowledge that somebody's role, but at the end of the day, I believe that if it affects me, I can affect it. And so, guess what? The fact that it's something that affected me, there was something that I could have or shouldn't have done that put me in that position, and I put the responsibility on me. So, anybody, if you feel a certain way, if you feel empowered by what happened last night, this morning, if you feel disheartened and frustrated by it, there's things that you could do, and all those things begin and end with you. I am that guy, Eclipse, broadcasting live from the great state of Ohio, 3030 district. That's 330. You better act like you know. Quit playing with me. Let me turn this on, man. You better act like you know, man. Respect it. Broadcasting live from the 330. This is that guy, Eclipse. Hey, smoke him if you got him. I'm gone.